Well, it looks like it might just be the two of us today, Ted.
Well, I didn't want you to start off alone. I mean,
I appreciate it.
the last few ones have been you going, "Oh, I think I'm all alone."
Yeah. Oh,
I
man.
wanted you to be uplifted and encouraged.
Thank you. I am.
Entered into the stream.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened with Joe's session yesterday or last
week?
Did your internet just not work or what?
Yeah, I had to update my operating system and yeah.
Windows update. No, was it Mac?
No, Mac? PC.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm a PC guy. My wife is a Mac girl.
I haven't understood Mac since 1995.
Yeah, every time I try and help my wife on her Mac, I'm like, this would be ridiculously easy on a PC, and yet I can't figure out how to do it on a Mac. It's yeah.
Oh, that's what Google's for.
Yeah, yeah. Thank goodness. Otherwise, we'd be in a real pickle.
That is true.
I thought by starting later, we would have more people at the beginning.
Hey, you got me.
Yes, that's all that matters. We'll just have Ask Theodore Monk Part 2. No.
I like this countdown thing too. That's very handy.
Cool.
Knowing exactly when things are going to happen is
awesome.
Especially when I was going through the YouTube list last night and I saw the upcoming announcement already posted on the thing. So I was like, oh, wow. Okay. That's a good reminder.
Yeah.
I think that if you continue doing that, that's going to work out real fine.
Very good. Very good.
You have 15 seconds until for everybody else to show up.
I know, huh? Yeah, this is like the pre-show right now because I think this is actually being streamed, our voices, but that's fine.
According to the live on YouTube box on my Zoom client, it is streaming. Okay. There we go.
Yay! New graphics for a new season of Typewriter Club Live.
Professional.
Thank you. So how are you, Ted?
I am fine, and how are you?
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Where's everybody else? We feel so lonely.
I know. But you know what? I'm very happy today because, well, it's technically not the anniversary, but tomorrow will be the anniversary of Typewriter Club Live.
That's
our first
true.
one. Our first one was on September 13 of last year, and yeah, it's been a year.
How does it feel?
It's crazy. Yeah.
So have you got 52 of them in the can now, or?
No, because there were, I want to say there were maybe 3 or 4 weeks where we didn't have any.
Well, I know of at least 2, so.
Yeah.
Because we went for 2 weeks.
Because I know some fell on holidays and that sort of thing. So.
Okay, so maybe 50. This might be your half century mark.
Yeah, we'll go with 50.
It's more impressive that way.
Yeah. So I do have, let me make myself big here.
I think you already are big.
Probably just for you because on mine, I'm not. Ooh, we have another visitor here. Excellent.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
It's Brenda.
Yeah. See, she's getting logged in. In the meantime, I will make myself big real quick because I do want to show this, my latest acquisition.
Oh, Royal Citadel.
Yes. You know, it's it's not a great typewriter, but it looks.
Well, I mean, those Hallberg Royals generally aren't the greatest, but.
Yeah,
They
I
can
have
be made
one.
the same.
Yeah, I have one, like I've said before, I have one that works really, really well, and I love that one. But how can you resist this? The colors and the nice raised ribbon cover.
Yep, Singer style.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So thrilled to pick it up. Again, it doesn't work perfectly, but it does work, especially considering I've done absolutely nothing to it other than change the ribbon. So I'm very, very pleased about that. But I forget what year it was now. I have it on my blog, but anyway, um, I want to say it was 70s. I could be
No,
wrong.
no, no, no. It's
No,
gonna be early mid 60s.
Okay, okay. I want to say 1964. That's the number that's coming to mind now, but
That
I
makes
could,
sense.
okay. Let's see here. Uh,
No, Hallberg was making all Adlers by the 70s, so
okay.
they were making the Royal Caravan, which was an Adler Tippa S,
Ah,
and they had abandoned the Hallberg designs by then.
okay.
Look, it's Brenda and her new Super Glue.
Hi. Oh, you know, huh?
There you go.
Yeah.
How
You
are you?
know.
It's been a while.
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good.
Yeah, so I got this thingy for $69.99, right?
Ooh, baby.
Was $95 with shipping, which was not bad.
Mhm.
But it didn't have a ribbon, no ribbon hood, which I'm fine with. I bought it because it was cursive, because I'm all about the cursive. But then so I decided to make my own hood out of the, what do you call that?
3D print.
Fun foam, not fun foam, the
Oh, okay.
styrofoam thingy. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I made this little the
That looks really good.
it
Yeah,
turned
it
out
does.
pretty okay. I just covered it with vinyl. I have some vinyl.
Ah,
The only thing is it doesn't, you can't put the lid on with that, but it's not like I'm carrying it around anyways. So I'm okay with it. And it
Maybe
came with
put
all
stripes on
the,
it.
yeah, I didn't have any orange vinyl, or I thought about doing that.
Mhm.
But it came with the booklet
Nice.
and then the certificate of value, even has the guarantee, has the this I guess it shows the, I can't see it,
test sheet.
what the typeface is.
ah.
And then it also has these so you can order more parts for it. And I thought, well, that was kind of cool. So yeah, I was happy. It's just a little bit different cursive than the other two that I have, but for the
That's
price,
unique.
I couldn't beat it. So yeah, I like it. It's very, it had some bent, the outer, what do you call the outer
Type bars.
bars that hold the, you know what I'm saying? They were like bent, like pointy bent. And I don't know how you get that metal, because it's very hard metal. How do you get it to bend that much? I mean, that's
A
just
lot
crazy.
of force.
I guess. I don't know what you're doing, but they were bad. So I got those lined up back up, and it seems to be typing, because the top edge of the letters were not showing up. So once I straighten those out, it's good now. So
Excellent.
I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah. And then this guy, I don't know if you guys remember this Remington noiseless that I had, that had the
Model
it was
7?
I got the alignment straightened out with some nail polish. I got that figured out. And then I thought, I'm gonna just take the feed rollers out because they're all flat. I can find rubber for it. Why not? What's the big deal? So my husband goes up to the parts, what do you call, the auto parts store, and they give him some just pieces of this tubing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that
works good,
worked.
too.
That worked. That fit the back rollers, but the front rollers were really a lot narrower. So my good old man my old man had this kit of the shrink wrap stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to, I think I did five layers of this shrink wrap on the front ones. And then I did have to do an extra layer on the back ones. And it's the paper's rolling in better. And so now I fix it. I couldn't believe I did it. But did you guys know that when you go to take these, I got to get this thing out of my way. Hold on a minute. I got to get these ears out.
She has too many typewriters.
No, there is no such thing.
I know.
Sorry. Okay, so do you know, maybe you know this already. So when I was taking the feed rollers out, I was able to loosen the tension, loosen the tension on the thing, and I could pop the roller bars out.
Mm-hmm.
Because the rubber had shrunk down and it was not the full size. So anyways, I go to put it back in and I'm like, well, now that I redid the rubbers on the front, I can't get the damn thing back in the spot. And I'm like, what? I'm not taking this all apart. What am I going to do? Did you know that there's a little in this front part here where the rollers are in?
Mm-hmm.
There's these little bar things here that they clip and they just pull right down.
Mm-hmm.
And you can snap the thing right in.
Yep.
Wow.
Who knew?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that worked out really good. So I got this one back going. So
Nice.
Very well done.
And I've got another typewriter that I'm working on right here.
Ooh.
It's a cross stitch.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah. And then there's also this really cool pillow that you can make or picture with the typewriter and all the neat stuff. But yeah, so that's about all I have.
Very nice.
Been trying to keep busy. So
I thought maybe you were building that typewriter in Minecraft.
Haha. Yeah, right. I don't know. Can you do that? Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of blocky, and I see the Minecraft pictures back there. So
I know, right? Yeah. We also have Peter, Diane, and Monica. So hello to all of you.
hello.
Hello. Is my voice coming through?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't tell what switch is muted and what switch is not on this.
Well, you are currently not muted.
We have video and audio from you.
Thanks.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, Brenda.
How are you?
See.
I know, right?
It's been a little while, Diane.
Yes.
We haven't seen you in a while.
No.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you really don't want the whole long drawn out story,
Okay.
really.
Okay.
Maybe we do.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
She told you she'd have to shoot you.
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, it's not. It's not so much that. It's just kind of an emotional situation, and God, I hate that.
Emotions. We hate them.
Yes, that's right.
That's what typewriters are for. You just sit down at the typewriter and forget the world.
Well, actually, I've been having trouble even typing.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's a case of I just don't. By the time I do my work, go to Mom's for dinner, and visit my nephew in the hospital, and come home, there's not a lot of space. There's not a lot of time or energy left for typing. So I know we usually do the what's new. So here's something new.
Let me zoom in on you.
Although I've had it apart. So anyway, it's a Burroughs adding machine.
Full key adding machine.
That's a nice piece.
Full
That's a
keyboard.
neat piece.
What?
So there's a neat piece.
Yeah.
Did you get that locally?
I did.
Where?
Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, there's one over at the Antique Mall in South County.
And yes, Ted, I borrowed this. This is what I was needing to adjust those
Mhm.
royals. Unfortunately, I have to return it.
I was thinking the other day that Chapman should add like bender bits for their screwdriver kit. Or is it Chapman,
Well,
or who makes the toolkit?
Anyway,
It's Chapman, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
They need to add
Yeah.
a bender bit series for to fill up the empty slots in their typewriter toolkit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because apparently benders are hard to get.
Huh.
according
yeah,
to
it's like
Diane.
nobody knows. They're all talking about bending a tube at a 90-degree angle. It's like no. Anyway, so the short version of the long story that I really don't want to get into is my nephew, who's 33, was diagnosed recently with esophageal cancer and stage 4 liver cancer.
Yikes.
And the liver cancer has gotten out into a couple of other places in his body, and he
Boy.
just had his second chemo, and this week has just been really long, and I'm just kind of pooped. I mean, hours spent outside the ER because we can't go in.
Yeah.
Although at one place, one person was allowed to visit. Well, I made sure that person was my mom, i.e. his grandma. So it's just been kind of a long week, and actually this has been going on for most of this year, but we didn't find out about the whole cancer thing until like middle of August. And just to see him the way he was within the last 7 or 8 days, it's just been awful. And he's at the hospital right now. So honestly, he's in the best place to be cared for, because my mom, who is 92, she and I, we can't do what they're doing. And, there's no way we can physically care for him at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, so that's kind of why I haven't been on and
Okay.
or really focused. It's like I actually got 2 letters addressed and actually typed, although I'm not sure if the people are ready for what's in them. One of them has some paper that was chewed on by a cat, but that's all right.
I think I've received one of those from you before, Diane.
Oh, good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
morning.
May.
Welcome back.
Everyone from Arkansas, I'm back. Yeah, I've been gone for a while too.
You've
Not
been so
because
busy.
of any problems. Yeah, just every Sunday for the past, several weeks, I've been busy. And then you had the awesome Monk interview, which I really enjoyed too.
Yay.
Yeah, good to see everyone again.
Yeah.
Good morning. So is this going to be our usual meeting time? You're setting it back an hour later, or that's just how
Yeah.
it worked out?
No, this could be the new time, because when the last few times I started it at 8, I was the only one here for the first few minutes. So I was like, well, maybe we should start later.
Got
It is kind
lonely.
of early for most people on a Sunday.
Yeah. I can
If
only
you're on the
talk to
west
myself.
side,
Yeah.
right?
I can only talk to
Because it's
myself for so long. So
right. Oh, but you have some great, videos where you showed off pens and other stuff, and you
yes.
by yourself at length.
So
It's been interesting.
what have you been up to other than the craziness going on in your life?
Yeah, just that. Well, I've been on a dry spell, so I haven't gotten a
Oh,
new
okay.
typewriter in several
Oh, wow.
She's got an
But I got one
unboxing.
today in the mail, so there's going to be a typewriter unboxing. Do we want to do it now, please? Can we do it now?
Yeah. Do it now.
Do it.
Absolutely.
You know, I've been waiting for 2 hours.
Do it.
Move this out of the way. All right, and it's a smaller box, so there's not a lot. My fingers are crossed that it didn't get damaged. There's not a lot of box.
Yeah, they-
we'll
The
That
typewriter.
SG1 sure looked compressed.
Oh.
yeah. Well, there's no case. There isn't a case, so I told her to wrap it with a ton of bubble wrap, which
Yeah.
hopefully she did.
Yeah.
So
fingers
fingers
crossed.
crossed. Everyone say a prayer to the God.
Yes. Oh, we haven't had a live unboxing in quite a while.
No, we haven't.
Do we have to
Stand up
guess
so I
what's
don't
in the
cut
box?
myself. You want to? Anybody want to guess?
That's a Facebook thing.
It's something I already
Brother
have.
JP
I'm getting a
something.
duplicate. I'm getting a duplicate for a friend who wants a typewriter just like the one I have. So, there's lots of bubble wrap. That's
Is it a
good.
Brother JP1?
Phew. No,
That would have
it
been
is a
good.
small portable. It is
Is it a
carriage
Chroma
shift. How
Khaleesi?
about that little hint? Carriage shift and very old.
Is it a
Brand that people don't always like. One of my
Centa?
favorite. No, it's an American machine.
Ted is full of guesses.
Right, this bubble wrap is. Let's
The
get it out
first
of
one that
box.
came to my head would be an Envoy, but it doesn't. Doesn't look like an Envoy.
Hold on, I'm going to set it on the floor so I don't drop
It's
it.
probably best.
Yeah.
Hanson Writing Ball.
I wish that was.
We all wish for that.
All right, here we go. Lots of bubble wrap.
Here, Animal Crossing.
Fingers
Oh,
crossed.
it's me.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, sorry. Do you want me to turn it down? Is it too loud? I can
It's
turn it.
bothering me. It was just something I was noting.
Ah,
I'll turn it down.
looking so far so good. It's just a lot of tape.
How about some scissors?
Here we go. Look at this thing.
A Royal QDL.
Royal Model A. Close.
Model A.
The
Okay.
predecessor to the Model A. And this one is gorgeous. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yes. It's in great condition. I don't know how it types, but
Well, she sure packed it full of bubble wrap, that's for sure.
she packed it full. Let's get all the bubble wrap out there.
It's always a good sign when they put bubble wrap under the ribbon cover.
Yes, to keep the, although it's not a basket shift, so that doesn't really matter, but it's not Vogue, darn it. But it's a nice little pica. Oh, it looks good.
If it was
Looks
Vogue,
like
were
it's
you
all
going to keep it
intact.
for yourself?
This is for my cousin, Tony. He checked out my collection on Typewriter Database. I showed him, where to look at all my typewriters, and he said he wanted one just like this one. So I waited, kept my fingers crossed, and searched. I found it on eBay for $65. It's not too
Wow.
bad.
Very
Pretty good
nice.
deal.
Yeah.
So let's see how it types. So let's do the typing task, of course. Hopefully it doesn't have the skip. But these older portables don't have as many problems with the skipping as the 1950s machine. Oh, I need some paper.
Yeah.
And you love the 1950s machines.
I
do, but that's the thing is I've never had one that skipped.
Me either.
Everybody else, it seems like in the groups, I've never had a Royal Quiet Deluxe. I mean, some of them are a little slow and stuff because they're dirty, but they don't. I've never had the skipping problem, and I have 8. So I don't know. I think
I've
maybe
never
it's just
had
the way
either of
they were
mine
kept
skip
over
either.
the years. Or
Yeah, mine don't skip.
see. All right, the ink is old, so I'm sure.
I have a few that skip.
That's right. My camera that I've used before, the little boroscope, it keeps freezing up, so I'm not able to.
Oh, that's
use
not
it
good.
anymore. Oh, look. Oh, there's absolutely no ink in here at all. But I can see the impression, and it looks good. Looks good. It's a little stiff, and the shift needs adjustment. But other than that, I think we got a non-skipping Royal typewriter. Yay!
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. Nice. Good deal.
It's funny. I thought I thought the sound wasn't matching up with the picture because we were hearing Peter typing and watching you type.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, was I not muted?
No,
Thank
no,
you,
it's okay.
Harriet from Florida. Miss Harriet in Florida. She found it at an estate sale, probably for like 10, 20 bucks. And then, sold it on eBay, made a little money, but that's okay.
Nice.
Yeah, this is going to be great. Oops, this is going to be perfect. I love it.
No skipping, right?
I don't know what year, so I guess I'm going to have to look that up. No skipping so far. So
Excellent.
far, everything, the shift, I need to adjust the shift height, but other than that, looks good.
Very nice.
And unfortunately, no metal spools. I would like to have the metal spools, but I've got a few extras.
On the topic of
hey.
newly acquired machines, this Hermes is actually something new to me.
Ah,
I just arrived yesterday. It was an eBay buy.
Who's
Nice.
speaking? Oh, okay. I don't have it in gallery view. Peter. Hey, Peter.
oh, nice. There
Peter
we go.
The one issue with it is that the margin release and all clear are jammed.
Ah,
I don't seem to know how to fix that, so I just set it up so that it stops at the very last edge of the paper until I manage to fix that.
huh.
But yeah,
Nice
this is
machine.
I don't know. A lot of people I've seen talk badly about this version. But
I
don't know,
have
think
one
it's
and
the-
I love it. It's awesome.
I think it's the
It's-
prettiest of the three.
I like it. It looks like a stormtrooper to me.
Yeah.
Mine's
Well,
all white. Mine's all white, the white one, or the whitish gray color.
Oh yeah, the gray ones, the
other-
Hungarian
yeah.
ones.
Or
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, same thing though.
Oh, wait.
I mean, it's probably apropos then that I've been writing sci-fi on it.
There
Oh, no.
Actually,
I think this
hold
is,
on.
oh, go ahead.
Let me pull the camera off its stand here and go to where the machines are hiding. Ah, darn, it fell over. And ask a question to you, because you all know about this stuff more than I do, about this guy. That was another new pickup. Does anybody know where I could get a ribbon that fits this thing?
Diane,
Baco
Diane will know.
ribbon.
It's like a 30-something millimeter
It's
ribbon.
Baco ribbon, and it's like 1 3/8 inches.
Yep.
I get my ribbons from them all the time for my old machines. I have one like that as well.
What was the name?
Baco, B-A-C-O.
Thank you for that. I will definitely look them up.
Yeah, it's you have to call them.
Yes.
I don't believe there's a
They
website.
I think they have email as well.
Yeah,
but no,
yeah, I think she does.
she does. I've got the contact details somewhere. I'll post them here in a minute when I find them. But
Yes,
email,
surprisingly,
telephone,
it-
or text message too. I actually communicated with her on text message.
Surprisingly,
I
that
called-
is a one-person operation.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for that. I've been wondering where in the world I was going to get something that fits this, because it works very well considering it's missing a couple of keys and spacebar's broken, but everything is free and everything that's there works great.
Right.
Wow.
And since I do use every machine I have, with one exception,
Mhm.
then I kind of wanted to be able to get ribbon for it.
Yeah.
What's the exception?
Yes.
The exception is this thing.
Oh. Wow.
Mignon number 2.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
The reason I don't use it is that I have to fix it.
Oh. Ah, yes, the
It wobbles
details.
around like crazy.
Wow.
Plus stuff like that Hermes, my personal favorite typewriter ever made, the Oliver 9, and some of these other ones have all been taking the usage.
Wow.
But
Quite a collection
Wow.
there.
Look at that, Oliver.
I actually, that Oliver, I had a JJ Short Platen put in.
Ooh, nice.
So I sent 2 Platens off and had them redone. That and my Corona 3.
What year is that Remington you were showing us?
Which one? Oh, the
old
number
one.
7?
Yeah.
I don't actually know. I haven't looked it up yet. I just got it a couple days ago from a local consignment auction place. I have not dated it yet,
Oh,
but
what's the platen look like on there?
bad.
A corn cob?
Well, it's not ribbed very much. The one on the Oliver when I first got it was really ribbed, but no, that's not the issue. Whenever previous owner had this typed a lot on it without any paper in it, so there's letters typed all over the platen itself.
Your video's not
Oh,
on, so
wow.
I can't see what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, your video froze.
There we go. Ah, yeah.
That's not too bad.
But yeah, it's
getting
actually
there.
it's all the keys that are there. 'Cause
Very
it's
nice.
missing a couple and this one's broken. But all the ones that are there are free. Everything works fine.
Uh-huh.
I just want to get it to the point where I can use it because I use all my machines pretty heavily.
Uh-huh. So do
So-
I.
I'm gonna head back over to the little desk.
Very good. Yeah,
Nice.
quite a collection you have there, Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, how are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
Sorry to show off and leave, but I cannot stay.
Okay. Hey,
Well,
you
that's
didn't throw a
okay.
bit. That's great.
Thanks
so,
for showing off.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
Anybody-
Wonderful collection. That was great.
Quick though, if anybody has any ideas where I could find the repair info on the Hermes so I can fix those 2 broken buttons, that would help a lot.
Typewriterrepairbible.com.
All right, I'll give that a look.
Shameless plug, Ted.
Shameless plug.
I tried to take the shell off, but I couldn't get it quite. All right,
All right. Thanks, Peter. Good to
Yep.
see you.
All right. Thank you.
still on in a.
Happy
If
typing.
you're still going in an hour or so, I'll probably come back.
Oh,
Okay.
we are.
We're going till 12. So,
Okay. Yeah.
And that's
all right. Thank you, Peter. Yes, Brian, how are you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
hey,
All right,
Brian.
I have an experimental setup here, so I
I
wasn't sure,
know. Yeah. I like it.
wasn't sure everything was going to work. Yeah, I'm not doing anything typewriter wise. I just, I got that brother, what's the other name? Brother Webster XL 747.
Ah,
And,
What I'm typing on.
Very nice person on the typewriter collectors Facebook page said she would send me a left shift key because I'm missing a left shift key. So I'm waiting for that to come in the mail.
Nice.
That's my big excitement, waiting for the mail to come. I usually just jam on the little metal stud with my pinky when I want to shift with the left hand, but it'll be nice when there's an actual key there I can use.
yeah.
Yep.
Very good.
You just take the one off the right and put it on the left.
Yeah,
Only
but
use the
then
left
I
one.
just move the problem over.
Yeah. Just
My-
learn
my-
to
my
only use
left
the
pinky
left
is-
one.
My left pinky is toughening up from using it to shift with. Leave it there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I mentioned before that I only ever use the left shift. 'Cause, you
Oh
know,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, this would be perfect for you.
yeah. Send it on over. Uh,
So do all stabby typists only use the left shift?
that's a good question.
That's a good question.
It's not very efficient, but that's how I do
Works
it.
for me.
Yeah,
I
I,
don't
I learned to
know.
use in school when I was taking typing. They taught us to use the shift opposite the keys that you're pressing. So shift A is left, right shift A. Shift L is shift left L.
Mm.
I don't know. It's ingrained in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably have a very, in fact, I know I have a very inefficient typing method, but you know, I taught it to myself at at the age of 14
works
with
for
my
you.
first typewriter, and it works for me. So
That's all that matters.
I've gotten pretty fast. In fact, some say that I'm the fastest chicken pecker in the West. So
I would absolutely agree with
Probably
that. I cannot touch a machine that only has one shift. It just drives me nuts. I need both shifts
Uh,
at a disadvantage. But yes, Gregory is extremely fast. Don't let him fool you.
Well, speaking of shift, I figured out the problem on this typewriter.
Uh-oh.
Spoke too soon. It does have an issue, and you can't really tell, but the frame is bent slightly over to the right, and
Oh.
so that's why I can't push the shift all the way down because the frame is bent. Is that fixable? Can I take the frame off and bend it the other way? Or is that like an impossible? Do I just need to drop it on the other side?
Yeah.
You know?
Just hit it with a hammer.
if it doesn't break, it'll work fine.
Grab it.
How?
Anything
Grab
that's
it.
bent can be unbent, but
Yeah.
there's
I
always the
agree.
risk of
I've done it
breaking.
before.
A fixed
so-
number of times. You can bend it
It's
one way or the
probably
other way.
gonna-
A certain number of
yeah.
times and you're done.
So it might ruin the paint a little bit, but I'll give it a try. Otherwise,
Oh, yeah,
other
just-
than that, it's great. I'm just
you
gonna
don't
have
you
to
don't need the right.
hold my mouth just right and bend it the other way. Well, it won't go down. If I take off the key, the right shift key, then yeah, then it will work. But I kind of like having both
Oh.
shift keys because
I guess you can't bend over the shift key. Instead of bending the frame, bend the shift key over a little bit, or that might mess up
Bend-
something.
Actually,
Yeah,
there's
bend
room
that
to bend
over
it
a little bit.
It's still
Yeah,
going to
I
get
can try
in,
that.
It's still probably not going to work though.
it's still going to interfere with the
We'll try.
space bar too.
Yeah.
Just put it
Okay.
in your lap and start pushing on it, and I bet you'll get some good results. That's how it works for me. You know.
Well, it'll be a project for sure. So
Yeah.
we'll give it a try. So does that happen when people drop the typewriters? I'm assuming.
Yep.
You drop them on one side and. How could
If
you
we're
drop a
lucky,
typewriter?
usually the
That's
carriage
awful.
gets out of whack. So if you just got problems in the front, you're doing pretty good.
That's what that part of the
Yeah.
frame is
Well,
for,
this-
is to catch it and keep
That's
the
why
keys
the
from
space
getting-
part getting hit. That's why the space bar is a bit stiff because of the crooked frame. I see that now. Yep. Well, not 100% satisfied, but I mean, it's a start. It's a project now. So I'll have to learn. I've never had a bent frame before, so that'll be a first for me. We'll give it a try. I'm going to set this aside and get out the good one.
And was
Oh,
it was
the
that mentioned?
database, the serial number. Say that again.
I was gonna say, was
The
that
serial number starts with a B. Oh, I've never, and that's not on the database. The B portables, is that
Yeah, it is.
something
It's a B model.
special?
It means
It's a B. So how is that different from the difference between O and A and B? What are the
it's a step lower in
differences?
the model quality. Like it has fewer features.
okay? So A is like the top,
Yeah.
and then B is next, and then O. O doesn't have tabs. So, but this one has tabs.
Mhm.
I don't know what features.
Usually the
are
B model is
slower,
an
but-
aristocrat. It later became the aristocrat.
Uh-huh.
And it is lacking a single soundproofing panel inside the machine. And that is the basic
Oh,
difference between a
so that-
QDL and an aristocrat.
I see. So between these two, I have,
Yeah, we took some aristocrats and
Oh
QDLs.
yeah, you're
and
right. This
compared
has.
them.
I'll have to take them apart and compare.
Yeah.
So, but the number part is the same. So I can look up the number part and then get the year, right?
Mhm.
Which is a little dusty here. B831536. Let's pull up the database unless you've already got it.
Oh no, I'll let you do it.
83.
You don't have them memorized, Ted?
It helps
Oh,
them
no.
help themselves.
Exactly what Brian said.
36.
Yeah.
Looks like a 1939. It's 831533. 1939 is really late for these models, though. I thought that's when-
about right.
It's about right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
1939.
Yeah, they switched to
unfortunately.
the new body style in 1941.
Okay.
So.
So this was the last of this particular body style then.
Mhm.
Nice. Oh, you know what? It's starting to bend a little bit with just the pressure of my hand.
Oh,
Maybe
that's a
we-
good sign.
Yeah,
Rubber mallet
Maybe.
should be your friend.
I'll try it. Probably be better on the machine if I removed it before hitting it with the mallet, though, right?
Yeah.
Let's give it a couple of good whacks.
Hmm. All right. We also have Emily here. She's typing away.
Hey, Emily. Yeah.
Hi, Emily.
Long time no see. Of course, it's been long time no see for everyone. For me.
Celebrating
Good to see you.
Typewriter Club Live's birthday. Yay.
Yay.
Oh,
I didn't
that's
want to do
right,
that with
one
the sound
year.
on because I think it would be really loud.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll give you one.
Happy
Nice.
birthday.
Party.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, congratulations, Gregory. This is quite
Thank
a
you.
milestone for you.
It
This
is,
is really
yeah.
neat what you've
It
built
is.
and
It's
created
been a lot
and
of fun.
given to us and the world.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Mhm. We get to talk one-on-one with some of the greatest typewriter minds in the world,
I know, right?
like Joe. Hello, Joe. Good
Hi.
morning.
Hi,
Good
Joe.
morning.
Hey, Joe.
Hey,
Hi,
Joe.
guys. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Pretty
We're
good.
good.
Hi, Joe.
Hey.
And Joe.
I don't think
Bummer
I'm one of the greatest minds, though. I think Ted is the greater mind, at least.
Aw,
Well, you're
Hey, what
definitely
about me?
one of them.
Oh, you're pretty good too.
Ted is a greater mind. I'll let him do the work. That's great. He does some great
Bob, you're a fantastic mind right there.
Exactly. I think anybody who gets into typewriters has a good mind.
There
Yes,
you
I
go.
agree.
I agree.
There's something about people who like typewriters.
It sets us
Special
apart
about
from
it.
everyone.
Requisite.
We do.
Hey, Joe, I have
Yeah.
a question for you.
Sure.
Do you still have that blue Underwood portable?
Yes, I do.
And I don't know how old it is. I'm curious if it has feet that are similar to this one. This is an older Underwood portable that I have.
Mine's 1930, and I don't know if it's in the closet or not. I think they're squarish like that, though.
Well, there's the square
Oh.
ones up here, but the ones down here look like they would be round. or
Yeah,
something.
I think that's what mine are. Yeah, they're two different kinds of feet, if I remember. I think it was Ted or somebody that sent me a set of feet for that.
I sent you a set. Basically, they're Corona standard feet
Yeah.
from the 20s. And you just cut there's like, it looks like it has a little suction cup that you stick inside that round hole to hold it in. And it's
Yeah.
the same on a Corona, except the back feet, which doesn't have that hole, you have to cut that top part of the rubber off, and then it just has a screw that goes
Oh,
in.
right. So what Diane needs is one of those.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what Diane needs. Some of these.
Well, Charles Gu sells those.
He was indicating that this is not a model he sells for.
Really? That's
Yeah.
odd because I know he sells those feet. But you can use Corona like portable feet from like even Corona 4 feet will work. The later ones. But yeah, Corona standard.
I'll have to revisit what Charles sent me. It's been a few weeks now since he sent me whatever it was. He sent me a picture and I was kind of confused as to what exactly he was sending me.
Yeah, the ones he makes look like Corona feet in the front. And then the back ones are just like a rectangle with kind of a bump on the back of it, which it'll fit that machine.
That's why Ted is the expert.
yep.
I don't know about expert, but I've worked with those particular feet before. So
And the back ones are rectangles with some sort of a bump on them.
yeah,
Bumpy rectangles.
bumpy
Yeah.
rectangles.
There you go.
Trying to move my camera closer to the monitor here.
So Emily had come up with the wonderful typing prompt for today. Basically, typewriters from our favorite our favorite toy from our childhood. So, Emily, what made you think of that? Do you have a fondness for toys?
I don't know. I'm kind of curious if there's anybody that chose to write about typewriters being their favorite toy from childhood.
I didn't think about that.
I don't know. I think it just hit me one day. I was like, wouldn't it be fun to just talk, like, wax nostalgic and remember what it's like to be a kid, and just think about, like, I wanted people to just kind of think about those memories of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm, that's great.
Did you happen to see the latest video of Sarah at Just My Typewriter? It was about
Barbie?
the Barbie typewriter.
The Barbie typewriter. That was cute.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that. Now I'm gonna have to go find that.
Yes, she's Just My Typewriter. So
Okay.
very, very good channel. I'm trying to get.
I'm gonna make a note of that with my my new pen that I got.
Is that Ritma?
Yes. Hold on.
Yeah, I know that familiar popping
There you go.
sound.
Yeah. Yeah, I signed up for that cult. I mean that club where they send you pens and ink
That cult.
That cult, yes.
just for a little while. Just try it out.
Yeah. I'm on pause right now, but yeah, very cool. I'm glad you're trying it out. Yeah.
Joe, what was that typewriter you just held up?
That was my Groma Calibri.
Awesome.
Haven't done my typing prompt yet, so I'm going to start doing that.
Okay.
This is the Calibri that I've, been working on the last couple of years, actually, and I got it to the point now where it's pretty good. The touch is good; it doesn't skip. So
yeah, you've been working on it for quite some time.
well, these Calibris don't have a touch adjustment, and so the last thing I did is I added a spring to pull onto the universal bar underneath to give it a little bit more key tension, because it was a little soft, like the start of the keystroke felt a little loose.
Yeah.
Like these do. And I think someone from Europe, one of the typewriter guys in Europe, said that the later Groma, whatever the follow-on model to the Calibri was, they added a touch adjustment to it. So I kind of just I did a video about this a week or month ago. So, and then I also added a spring to the escapement rocker to keep it from skipping intermittently. It gives a little bit more tension. It snaps the escapement rocker back a little faster. So anyways.
Nice. It was a really good video. I think that thing just hasn't been the same since you let me play with it.
Oh, I know. That must have been your fault, Bob. No, actually, it had been doing it since I got it. I got it from Kevin, and he got it from Goodwill Online or something a few years ago, and it never was quite right until I did that. So
It's a great machine.
yeah. I guess since I'm on the air right now, let's see. I bought a few ribbons from Ribbons Unlimited. And the last time I bought ribbons, I got a bunch of their little stickers, and they also are giving away these little Fresnel credit card size magnifying glasses. If I can focus on it.
Nice.
And which is kind of fun. You can
Cool.
do little funny things in front of your camera. But I also bought 4 silk ribbons. And I'm going to try, you guys have probably been following along to my ongoing saga. Let me refocus. My ongoing saga of my Aunt Pat's Royal 10.
Yes.
Which is, if I can do this without the camera flaking out, which is right over there. The current ribbon is a cotton ribbon, and it's a little too wet and dark, a little sloppy, but I'd almost rather have it be that than not dark enough.
Right.
So I bought a silk ribbon just to try it out. And I had some silk ribbons at one time, but I think they're all in other typewriters right now. And actually, I haven't really kept track of, like I should, which ribbons have gone into what typewriters, like a logbook. I have a logbook in theory, but I haven't been using it like I should. But anyway, so I have a new silk ribbon. I'll probably make a video about that this week.
Very good.
Very neat.
Nice.
We will look for that.
I think there was a football player that tried to sneak up on you.
Yeah, that was my grandson. Him and a buddy are working on his car out in the driveway. So he has a
Nice.
64 Impala, that
Ooh,
he's
cool.
been working on. So
He probably
I
wants
think
to
he-
bring you ice cream. Last time I was there, he was real busy bringing me ice cream. I like that dude.
oh yeah, he's a good kid. I should probably pop out here for a few minutes to see what he needs for. So
Help
I'm
him
gonna
out.
get off the air here for a minute or two, and I'll be back.
All right.
Oh,
Thanks,
all
Joe.
right.
Cool.
That was funny. And Brian, with that setup there, it looks like you're on the radio.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, I have a problem with my back. I tend to hunch over a lot, so I'm trying to sit
Ah.
up straight and do this. When I sit in my desk in my chair, I'm like,
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to be more alert and conscious of my posture.
Yeah,
yeah.
we need find a good chair.
Yeah.
We should make a special Typewriter Club live chair.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 3 hours of mind-numbing, high-quality
Share
entertainment.
episode.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
interaction.
So Bob, since we're talking to you, do you want to tell us about your visit to Typespace?
Yes,
Yeah.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon. Naturally, I started out my trip by visiting Care and checking out her new place in Eugene. So that was great.
Excellent.
We got to hang out with her for a while and pop up on refreshments. We traveled by motorcycle. So it was 2 up from Southern California. We got to Ashland, Oregon, which is just on that side of the border, kind of up in the mountains. It was almost 700 miles. So then we popped over to Cares. And so there was a motorcycle event going on up in Oregon called the Oregon Run. And it's really great. You ride for about 300 miles and then you set up camp and sleep. And then you ride for another 300 miles. And these rides are just the most breathtaking Oregon views you could ever imagine. Unfortunately, there was a ton of smoke this time, but it was still beautiful. The first day was, we were all really hacking by the end of the day. I think the air quality was down to, 400, 450. I think it was more like 600 or 700 in a few places. It was like sucking on a V8 tailpipe. I mean, it was quite rough. But once we were all done with that, yeah, we went into to Portland, and Tony was kind enough to take care of all the biz and putting us up and getting everything taken care of and paid for. And he was an extremely gracious host. I don't know how to put into words how wonderful his space is. I can go on and on about, and I don't know much about interior design or decorating, but I think my space is comfortable. I could live in his space. It is so exciting. It is so well manicured. It is so well designed. All the machines that are out, they make total sense. I would randomly grab machines trying to find something wrong with one of them. I never could. His quality of craftsmanship is just far above and beyond what most people's are. The way most people do it, what I've learned in my experience, what I think, I could be wrong, but what I've seen a lot of people do is they have the machines out, and when you're ready to purchase it, they'll service the machine so you can purchase it. He does the opposite. He's got probably 60, 70 machines ready to go. And him and I had a great discussion. His prices are quite low, extremely low. So my opinion was it'd be okay to raise the prices on your machines a bit. And it's not because they're gold or anything like that. It's because he has a lot of overhead and they're just plainly worth it. I don't know how else to say that.
Yeah.
But I know Portland's a different market than Southern California, right? So maybe that has something to do with it. Regardless, he's very interested in giving the customer everything that they can and more, everything that he can and everything the customer can get. And more importantly, making sure the customer has everything they need in service, warranty. He does a wonderful 30-day exchange. You buy a machine, take it home. It's not for you. You got 30 days, bring it back. You get straight flat credit. So he just has wonderful policy, wonderful ideology. I know Tony, this is Tony. I know Tony's been on here a few times just chatting, but I was extremely impressed and I might have learned a thing or two. He was kind enough to, we were able to set up a good contract where he will be carrying my products. He'll be carrying my ribbon, my cleaning kits. Yeah, all the exciting things.
Congratulations.
I did.
Excellent.
You're so sweet. Care's been really good at. I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? And actually, one of the big things was rivets, and I like to tie the ribbon, but Care was very excited to have a rivet. Well, I had a great conversation with Joe Van Cleve, whoever that guy is, maybe weeks ago. And I looked at the phone when we hung up, and we had been on the phone for over an hour. So I have to be real careful when Joe and I talk, because we'll just talk on. And I had a conversation with Monk once, and it kind of went the same way. Lucky us. So Joe had a really good idea regarding the ribbon, so I'm getting that set up. I'm excited. It's a newer idea of selling ribbon. It's not new ribbon. It's the same ribbon, of course, but it's a newer ideology of stocking it. And Tony was very excited, so he ordered many units of ribbon. He ordered many units of the cleaning kits. I actually brought some of my dust covers up to him. And I said, here, let me know if this sells. Oh, you know what? I didn't bring them. I shipped them up. I'm on a motorcycle, so there was no extra room for anything. We were so loaded down with camping gear and everything else. But I shipped them up to him, and he goes, okay, let me give it a try. Well, he sold them all on the first day.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Great.
of them. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think something like that product works very well in that atmosphere of how well can I take care of my machine and make sure I don't have to bring my machine back all the time for servicing just because of simple household dust and dirt. So it's very exciting. The talk was really good. A few people were not able to show up, but that's okay. The space was small. Portland is very interested in adhering to the COVID criteria. So I think his main floor is only 1,000 square feet or so. So I just stood, 8 or 10 feet back from the nearest person, which was him. And everybody kind of sat, 6 feet apart. And I think there was only 9 or 11 people there or something. But wow, everybody brought me presents. People brought me the books that they had put out. I got a ton of wine. Like I had to drink all this wine. It was wonderful.
Darn.
Like half bottles. People were real gracious in that. Like, oh, this guy's on a motorcycle. Let me bring him a half bottle. Here's something from the local winery. It was so great. And then, then I gave the talk. I was able to record it, which was good. I think hopefully the audio will be pretty good. Gregory knows. Gregory and I have had a lot of fun trying to figure out audio. And in my studio, I'm great. I'm learning to record it live and still hit or miss sometimes. So I'm having a lot of fun getting that figured out. But I think the audio turned out real well. So when I get a chance, I'll jump into the studio, do the audio. I can put it out on Austin Typewriter Inc. podcast. I did load some video. I did load some pictures on some of the Facebook pages and whatnot. But I think thank you for letting me share. If you ever get the chance, feel free to travel somewhere cool to check out a cool typewriter space. And we've learned that typewriter shops are kind of like auto shops sometimes. They're not always very glorious. Maybe there's dust in the corner, maybe not. You never know. It's hit or miss. Tony has it all figured out. And I started looking around thinking, is this because it's a new space? Well, then he had us over to his home, and his home is equally as cool and eclectic. So I just can't say enough good things about what Tony's doing. So if you get a chance, Portland, Oregon's a wonderful place, and he's on the east side of Portland, Oregon. But I'll tell you, Portland, Oregon has really moved around since I was there 2 years ago. Oregon itself, all the water levels are low. It was wonderful to get in and see Powell's books. Of course, I love Powell's books. I'm sure I only spent 3 hours there this time, where usually I'd spend the whole day. And my cousin and my aunt and uncle live up there. My cousin works as a massage therapist at Ruby Spa, which is at a place called McMiniman's Edgefield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So she spoiled us, and we got an afternoon of spa treatment. So in return, I spoiled her and paid Tony to refurbish and get her old typewriter going again. So it worked out pretty well.
Excellent.
Lucky me to have family up there, but I wish I had. I just cannot say enough. I could have spent days in Tony's space. I probably spent a total of 15 hours in there in the 3 days up there. It was just above and beyond anything I could have ever imagined. And then we took our time riding home and just rode like 500 miles each day. I think I always think that's okay. Take your time coming home. So got home, got a lot of machines going, got a lot of orders to fill in distribution, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing wholesale distribution of Typewriter Muse products. So other people like Tony and his space can concentrate on the stuff that makes him money, like repairs and selling typewriters. He doesn't have to worry about taking 15, 20 minutes out of his day to respool ribbon or whatever. So that's always been, I'm very excited on a personal level to be able to offer these products to the public. I'm even more excited when someone like Tony takes them on. He's going to be ordering a few hundred of everything, and that way he'll have his shop stocked so his customers can get the ribbon that they want or the cleaning kit. I haven't put the cleaning kit out, but what I can tell you about the cleaning kit is that it's in a small container, similar to that you would maybe use tobacco chew for, and it has all sorts of things that you need as a mini care kit for your typewriter, and more importantly, it's plastic. So you can beat it on your machine all you want, throw it in the case with your machine, and it's not going to hurt, scratch, damage your machine like a metal tin will. So that's been the benefit to it. So it just has it has lube, it has alcohol, it has cleaning devices, toothpicks, different size, different types of Q-tips, and of course the slug cleaners that I really enjoy using, which is a good excuse to say disposable mascara applicators, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I use those.
yeah. I got it all to fit in this small thing. So we'll be kind of releasing that product here in a few days. Of course, it'll be available on my website for sale or my eBay. I've been doing the eBay format a lot more. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, no, those work really well, getting all sorts of dirt and debris out of typewriters. And I use a yellow head, color head one, or the white head. These have the white heads in them, just so you can really see the dirt, right?
Right.
Yeah. But this way you can do all the maintenance and care you need when you're traveling with your typewriter, or if it's just sitting at home and you don't want to run to the garage and get all this stuff. So that's the idea, a mini care kit that can keep your typewriter going all day as you're typing and writing on it. So Tony and his wife were very excited about it. His partner Julia, they're very excited about it. So I think there's going to be great forward movement in that people will be able to travel and take care of their typewriters. I know a lot of people who travel with several typewriters because sometimes something goes wrong with the machine, but this is a great avenue for them to carry everything they'll probably need in a small kit that gets thrown in your case with your typewriter, and you're good to go.
Very cool.
Let me share.
Yeah, definitely. And Kara, have you made it over to Typespace yet?
No, not yet, because it's in Portland and I'm in Eugene and we're still unpacking. But
okay.
I got the Bob visit, which was even better. Typespace will be there. I'll get up there, but
Huh?
Yeah. The Bob visit was the best.
Oh,
Kara is such a wonderful new space. There's all these fruit trees, so I just walked around the backyard and ate lunch.
Yeah,
apples and
apple and pear trees, and here I show you at the back. I don't know
yeah.
if you can see there's an apple tree up there.
wow.
Look, Bob, we got cushions for the chairs.
Oh, now you got cushions for the. Oh, I'm just.
Yeah,
kidding.
we got cushions.
That's the wonderful thing about riding a motorcycle all day long. I'm okay to stand up anywhere I am.
And Bob, we didn't have this. We just finished, phase one of the typewriter museum. So I'm sitting in what would be the dining room of a normal house, but we decided we didn't need a dining room. We needed a yoga space and a typewriter museum.
Nice.
So I just went up to, some of you saw on Facebook that I took a typewriter with me. I went up to Portland, but I didn't get to go to Typespace. But I took a typewriter with me to IKEA because I wanted to make sure that
Oh.
the shelves that I was getting would work, but I took a Royal, and really I should have taken a Corona, because the one I got two different ones. The bigger one will fit the Coronas, but the one that we put together first, that you can see. Let's see if you can see it.
Nice.
Wow.
This is
Wow. That looks
phase
great.
one
You got
Phase
that
of
at
the
IKEA?
typewriter museum.
That is
Yeah,
great. It's perfect for typewriters.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it's a couple of the older Coronas set up top, but
I love it.
mostly
All
it's-
your black typewriters. Oh, and of course the
Yeah.
typewriter repair Bible in there. I see that.
yes, and the typewriter revolution and a few typing books. And then I have this one that I got at Target, but it doesn't fit as many, right? It can only really fit 6.
Right, right.
I hope I'm not making you guys seasick, but and then we got another one that's bigger, that has glass sides and stuff. Oh, but check this out. Let me see if I can get it to do this. The doors are kind of like self-closing.
Oh, they're
Yes.
soft.
Then
Soft
there,
ones.
and then they go
Yeah.
boop.
Nice.
Great.
So that we just finished
Perfect.
yesterday, thanks to my lovely wife. Oops, who's not sitting behind me anymore. So that's really exciting. And the other one is going to go over here. And you see, we have those glass doors. So there's going to be lots of glass, lots of typewriters.
Mhm, lots of
Nice.
light.
That's very
Perfect writing
exciting.
space.
Yes. Yes. And I can sit here and I have a
Congratulations,
couple
yeah.
of, there's going to be space for a couple of, Maya's wrestling with that typewriter.
It looks
space
like you're
for a couple of
strangling it.
typing
I'm
things.
strangling.
You look like you're
fixed it,
murdering
though.
that thing.
I bent the frame with my hands. Look,
Awesome.
it worked.
Yay.
I held my mouth just right and bent it. It's still a little
Aw.
crooked, but at least it clears all the operations now. So I'm going to leave it, just slightly
Yeah,
crooked.
cut your losses,
As long
right?
as it works. Yeah. So it's actually, if it's that easy to warp, then I figured it'd be easy enough to bend back. And so I literally just put pressure on it and pushed it.
Oh, that's
There you
great.
have it.
Nice.
Sticks to time.
You did a
Everything
reverse
else is-
drop of it.
Yeah, exactly. The soft reverse drop. So,
I just have to say for the record that because I was eating breakfast, I was watching on YouTube while you were unboxing that, and I guessed a Royal O, so I was close.
Yeah.
But I lost the live stream when I went to try and write a comment, so I gave up.
Oh.
So you would have won.
I would have won,
You would
if
have won.
only.
Excellent.
Congratulations, Kara. Those displays look amazingly wonderful. I'm very excited. And they're a good 16 inches deep or so, or
Well, no, so that's the thing. Like this one is called the Hermes from IKEA, and you can see it's not as deep as one would want. It fits the Royals, but sort of just barely. And the reason that I took a typewriter is because these are the ones that I was going to get, and then I looked more carefully at the specs, and I realized that it was just barely, deep enough. And so the reason I got the other one is because the other one is deeper. But so this does fit Royals and old Coronas, but it doesn't fit like a 5 series. So, but the other one I think is 14 3/4 or something, 15 deep. So, but the other one has that we haven't put up yet. That's the other one, the boxes. The other one has glass sides, and it also has 12 spots for typewriters, but the shelves are glass. So I wouldn't put anything very big in there. Anyway.
no SG1s.
What?
No SG1.
No. No. But that's the other cool thing. So Wednesday was my wife's birthday, and they finally got to open Gregory, the typewriter that you delivered.
Nice.
Jules kept it in that box, and we added more wrapping to it and moved it very carefully when we moved up here, but they decided they were going to wait until their birthday to actually open it. And then one of the presents I gave Jules was a box of typing paper. So they sat down, they started typing. That was, didn't see them for a while after that. So successful Olympia integration into the household.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, well
And
done.
I found the operational manual and the repair manual online, I think on Polt's site.
Yeah.
And so got those. So yeah, we're rolling in typewriters here.
Very good.
And my favorite quote when I said about the putting the shelves up and stuff, and Joel said, well, that's gonna hold more than 24 typewriters. And I was like, yay, I can get more. But at first I said, those aren't all my typewriters. And they said, yeah, but I know that there's not just 24 typewriters out there. So
Oh my.
the jig's up.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to remember if Monica has been on before. Hello, Monica.
Hey,
Hi, Monica.
I'm brand new. I'm just finding things, and
Welcome.
I mean, I recognize some names from what I see online, and I watched your YouTube last week, not live, but on YouTube actually. And it's funny because I think Joe Van Cleve had a YouTube where one of the things he said was, don't lie to your spouse. Don't try to sneak one in.
Yeah.
And so the funny thing is, I just started collecting in March, and well, at first I was just a typewriter owner, and then I guess I became a collector. So I would tell him, I would like sort of change the number, and it would be this nebulous, like, oh, I have 7, and then I'd tell a friend, I'd be like, oh, there's 9. He's like, 9. I'm like, oh, I think maybe I'm lying. I think maybe I'm doing that thing I'm not supposed to do. So I ordered a California typewriter, which I thought would appeal to his, like, get some empathy for whatever. He had jumped into the pool harder than me, and we have 39 typewriters now.
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Wow.
It's kind of bad, but it's kind of good. And I have family that's up in Boston. We were meeting my birth mother actually at a diner in Arlington, Massachusetts. And I said, okay, it's on the left, I think. Can you, because I was driving, I said, can you look? He says, Cambridge typewriter. And I said, oh my gosh, we have to do we have to go in there. And I went in there and I totally fangirled out. And I just was beside myself with just being in a space that was dedicated to typewriters and seeing all the typewriters. And it was crazy. And he actually had, he was so good. He showed us all of these, anything we asked for, he opened, he climbed over piles and found stuff. And, I had said, one of the ones that I wanted was, like, I had to describe it as, I said, it looks like it has little cupcakes on top. And it was some kind of a royal, and that was funny. Everyone got a good chuckle out of that. So as we were leaving, I said, you don't happen to have an Olympia Monica, do you? And he says, well, I do. So I ended up buying it. And it was awesome. It was just such a great experience. And I think, I have family there, and it's about 8 hours away from us. So we get there just a few times a year, but I don't really know any other typewriter stores. I found a retired typewriter mechanic that's about 2 hours away who I've been dropping off typewriters with him and picking them up, but all of this world is new, and it's awesome, and I love it.
Excellent. And so
Yeah.
what do you mostly use your typewriters for?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you mostly use your typewriters for?
Typing. I just type drafts
Typing.
of books that are in my head, right? Like, just, I don't know. Like the first one I saw, it was in a thrift store, and I was like, wow, it's this one right here. Olympia SM3. I don't know if you can see it. And it was beautiful. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I used to have a typewriter in my life when I was a kid. My dad was a journalist, and I would hear the thing, that whole thing. And so I was like, well, that's pretty cool. I think I could use a typewriter in my life. And then I realized that I'm writing these books. And when I watched the California Typewriter show, one of the people was saying how you think differently when you type, and I thought, wow, I didn't even ponder that or even consider that. And it really is different. So now I sort of plot out these bits and starts of the drafts, and I send them to my friend who's, it's going to be children's books, so it's a lot easier than drafting manuscripts. But I send them to her to do drawings for, and it's pretty good so far. It was just in the beginning stages, but yeah, I don't know how it went from owning and typing to collecting, but
Excellent.
Monica, where are you located?
in Northern Virginia, right outside of DC.
Okay, good for you.
Do you know of a typewriter store around here?
I do not, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a hard one. I think as things open up from COVID, if and when they open up, you'll be fortunate enough to find someone local, maybe someone similar to myself. But in the meantime, no, I certainly don't. Sorry about that. Nothing on. There is that listing of typewriter repair shops that
Richard.
yeah, on typewriter. Yeah, what's Richard's site? Xavier University typewriter.
Yeah, so that's how I found the retired guy that's 2
Cool.
hours away. So
Okay.
you know what though, I didn't look in like Maryland or Delaware because that's certainly closer than Boston, but
Right. And that's such a strange concept for us people here on the West Coast, the way you just hop between states to grab
Yeah.
lunch.
right.
For us hopping, but if I got to get to Arizona, it's going to take me two and a half hours or something. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
pretty-
it's funny. We just did. Our daughter moved to Denver, and so we were. We have a friend that lives in Arizona, and we have furniture for her that she's never come to pick up in the last 6 years. So I said, "We're renting a minivan, driving the furniture to Denver. You come and pick it up." That all worked out. But my husband, the one that jumped in with 2 feet into this collecting thing, he won 3 bids on typewriters at Goodwill Online, Colorado Springs. So his intention, literally, he packed a small suitcase inside of a large suitcase, and he was going to pack these. I don't know. I think he's half insane. But as it turns out, and on the way out, we stopped at in Ohio. We stopped at a antique mall, and I bought a SM7. And I was like, I'm just going to carry. I'll just check a bag and carry the typewriter because I had to fly out to a funeral. So I ditched them, and they were supposed to fly back. But I unfortunately made a mistake in the rental van, and I had it being returned to Dulles. And they were going to charge $1,200 to change it, to have it be a one-way. So I said, well, you won't have to pack your typewriters. You can buy as many as you want because you're driving them back.
Oh.
So yeah, they said that was a tough one. And I guess driving through Kansas was the worst. Like, you guys are still in Kansas?
Wow.
So that was a 4 typewriter trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. I recommend taking a motorcycle next time so you have an excuse not to take typewriters with you. But yeah, there's great ways to travel and pick up machines on the road because you never know. And it's fun if you've got the time to stop and enjoy all the antique stores and curious bazaars and whatever else. There's always that you're amongst good company. There's always that great story where after 9/11, which was 20 years ago yesterday,
Yeah.
2 older ladies had to get back across the country and there were no rental cars available. So one of their husbands said, well, just get a U-Haul van. I'm sure you can get a U-Haul van. So they got a U-Haul van and they spent 2 weeks working their way across country, and they show up and their husbands are like, good to see you. Glad you made it. Let's return the U-Haul van. They said, well, we got to unload it. They opened up and these women stopped at every curious and bazaar along the way and bought everything they could to fit in the back of the.
Wow.
Were they living in the back of the
Nothing wrong
U-Haul
with
on
it.
their way?
Just packed it with any antique they wanted and anything they wanted. So then
You're my kind of lady.
they had room, so they put it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
That sounds like the kind of thing my dad and I would do.
Oh.
Oh, you're back. Hey.
Yeah. Welcome back, Peter.
Yeah, I've been here for a while, just listening to you guys.
Yes, yes.
You guys got another page and a half to type. But
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I do want to get back to the typing prompt. Emily, I don't know if you have one ready or.
Oh, I do. Do I have to go first?
No, I can go first.
Yes.
I will
Okay.
wait.
I think I heard somewhere that it's always best to go second.
There you go. There you go.
So I'll let you go first. Go ahead, Gregory.
All right. All right. So first, let me quickly show. I showed this at the very beginning, but this is what I typed it on. My new
Oh,
Royal.
lovely.
So I believe it's from 1964.
Royal.
You know,
Very
not
nice.
a typewriter, but I love the look of it, and I love the form factor of these little halberds. So you know they're made in Holland. So yeah, so that's what I typed it on, and you know it did really well. So and it's elite, so that's even better. All right, so here we go. It was the early 80s, and one of the hottest toys for the holiday season was the Rock'em Sock'em robots. Until just now, I thought they were new at the time. It must have been a revival because Wikipedia tells me they were first released in 1964, predating even me. Nevertheless, much like Rocky, they had made their comeback. As a result, the Rock'em Sock'em robots were not waiting for me on Christmas morning. Sometime after Christmas, we went to Best, not to be confused with Best Buy, and had to order from Backstock. Fortunately, Best kept their backstock upstairs. So we placed our order and were told to wait at the bottom of this conveyor belt.
Mm-hmm.
After what seemed like an eternity, I saw a gleaming yellow box at the top of the conveyor belt. The box, in my memory, was bright yellow despite its actual color. But there it was, making its way down to me. Come on, put that conveyor belt into high gear. And at last, the box was within my grasp. At home, packaging shredded on the floor, my two older brothers and I were fiercely pitting Red Rocker versus Blue Bomber. It was a game of intense button mashing, not unlike Hungry Hungry Hippos. Your robot had to punch the opponent's head first. I wasn't very good at it, and it did lead to actual fights between brothers. But to this day, it is my favorite toy from my youth. Ask me what my favorite toy as an adult is, and I just might confess that I have what many would consider a large collection of Furbies.
Ah.
But that's another type.
I remember those.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Best. Do you remember service merchandise? Anyone have that?
Mm-hmm.
Kid?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
did.
Yeah, we had service merchandise.
Same kind of thing. They had the conveyor belt to stop with the on.
Mhm.
It was really bizarre. I used to love that store though. It literally had everything. And
I bought this at Service Merchandise, my Hewlett Packard 11C calculator.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Did it come on a conveyor belt?
Yes, it did. It
That's
was a
awesome.
conveyor belt. Yes.
I think I got a boombox there or something when I was a kid.
Oh, cool.
Their electronics were really good.
A
Yeah.
Smith Corona SE100 daisy wheel typewriter, the gray plastic wedge.
Yeah.
Got there.
Yes, that was my first typewriter too.
Hey, Joe, I got this at Goodwill the other day.
Oh,
Ooh, look at that.
Cool.
very cool.
Actually, that's my big thing this week. Is I have PC2, Tandy PC2 coming in on Thursday. I'll unbox that when it comes in.
Cool.
Very cool.
So I'm sidetracking, not typewriter stuff.
That's okay.
It's got a keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
It's QWERTY.
Mhm.
That is funny. All right. So, did anybody else have a Rock'em Sock'em robot? Am I the only one?
I always wanted one.
Oh yeah, they were super fun, and I did actually love Hungry hit those also, and that was 4 people, so that would get really intense. Oh my goodness.
I think the Rock'em Sock'em Robot mechanism was rebranded several different times throughout the last 30 or 40 years. You know, I think they had some kind of a superhero version.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
We have the old one from the 60s in my mom's basement.
Oh, okay. Very cool. All right. And Emily, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Okay. We didn't give you these.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Whew. The snow had finally melted. The weather had warmed. It was time for all good children to give their parents a break and go play outside. I was a 10-year-old twig of a kid in baggy jean shorts, long blonde ponytail swishing behind me as I sprang around the yard wearing my Nickelodeon moon shoes. These gravity-defying devices were either a Christmas or birthday present that I'd been waiting months to try out. In typical 90s toy commercial fashion, the ads I'd seen on TV made them look so fun. Would they live up to the hype? Would it really be like walking on the moon? And most importantly, could I do a cartwheel in them? Yes. I probably looked so goofy bouncing and cartwheeling around the yard in those clunky cleats, but that didn't matter to me. I was having too much fun. Thinking about these memories makes me laugh, like when I catch my own children caught up in their own creative expression. With seemingly unending energy supply, my son becomes a jousting knight, riding atop a chunky plastic car as his horse, a purple jump rope for reins, and what shall he use as a lance but an old golf umbrella, of course. As he clunks down the driveway, he is Don Quixote as an adolescent, mind lost in imaginative play. I watch with slight envy of his ability to abandon reality. I must remember to be more like that. He is blissfully unaware of how ridiculous he looks, but so was I at that age. It's what permitted me to have a ball while bouncing around the yard. Sometimes you have to risk looking a little silly to have fun. And even though this product is still available for purchase today, I am under no illusion that acquiring a pair of moon shoes today would allow me to experience the same feelings of joy. I may look young, but bouncing's not my strong suit these days. After a half an hour down a very narrow rabbit hole on YouTube, I decided I do not wish to strap trampolines to my feet. The threat of injury alone is enough to give that idea a pass. Not to mention the other kind of accidents that might occur should this postpartum 5 times over body of mine attempt such gravity manipulating maneuvers. No, I hung up my moon shoes long ago. Well, either I hung them up or my mom gave them away. But either way, I'm forever thankful for the memories they gave me and the reminder to do something just for fun every once in a while and not to take myself too seriously. Play is not just for kids, and it's sort of what led me to dive into typewriters in the 21st century.
Excellent. Yay.
Perfect. Yay.
So can you, I'm not familiar with the moon shoes. Can you describe how they were made?
Trampoline.
I think if I do not a screen share, but something, I think I can show you a picture of them.
Okay.
If anybody has no idea. Okay. I'm going to tap on my phone a little bit here.
My sister had a pair of those.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They never got used.
Oh, that's too bad.
Our yard is just too uneven.
Oh yeah.
Hilly and bumpy in order to do that.
Okay.
You're falling over all the time.
Yeah, we had a pretty flat front yard, but we had a good backyard.
Okay.
And I mean the other way around. I don't know.
Wow.
Okay. Can you guys see that?
There they are.
Nice.
My goodness. It looks like those plastic containers that you put your Christmas ornaments in or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, they were great. They were so fun.
That's fun.
And those colors are so 90s.
Oh yeah.
Now, based on those colors, I'm thinking they were marketing them for girls, or
No.
no?
I don't know. They had black ones available too, I
Oh,
think.
okay,
But
okay,
They had them in all sorts of different colors.
Yeah.
okay, very cool. Yeah, because there was this this toy that was one of my favorite toys in my youth, and so I'm ever since I was little, I've been obsessed with animatronics. You know,
Oh, yeah.
particularly the ones you see like at Disneyland or even Chuck E. Cheese, if you're familiar with that. So I've been obsessed with those. So there was a toy that came out. It was a pink either pig or a hippo. I want to say a hippo, and you would speak into a microphone, and its mouth would move, and it just blew my mind because it was like animatronics, and it was totally being marketed towards girls. But I didn't care, so I asked for it for Christmas, and I got it. It was one of my favorite toys. So
Awesome.
yeah, that would have been the runner-up to the Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen the guy from the UK online that made an organ out of Furbies? You can play with the keyboard.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love his channel. He's fantastic.
And there's the Furby Autopsy, where they basically take all the skin off.
I've heard of that. People have told me that, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I considered doing it, but I could never bring myself to do it. Yeah.
They're so cute.
Is there anyone that's not familiar with Furbies?
I don't know.
You're not? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Not
he's
familiar
got
with
one.
it.
You had to raise your
Okay.
hand.
So
You can show it off anyways. It doesn't matter. I can't talk.
yeah. So let's see here. Now it doesn't have batteries. I was gonna quickly put in batteries, but then I realized that it has screws on the bottom, so it has to be unscrewed. Let me. Why is it not happening?
Wait, they move?
Oh yeah.
Are Furbies, they move? They're electric?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
They're creepy.
They're
Yeah.
alive.
Really been
They get
missing out, I
really
guess.
creepy when the battery gets low.
Yeah.
I've known people who had it when the battery gets low, they start to slow down and
Like they're
sound
drunk.
demonic.
So I have a personal YouTube channel. I think it's just my name. It might even just be Greg Short rather than Gregory Short. So if you search for Greg Short and Furby, I have a few really popular videos of this in action. So this doesn't have the batteries, but here it is. It's the white
Oh,
one.
Nice.
that's cute.
Oh, it's like a tribble with ears.
Yeah.
And eyes.
And a beak for some reason.
Yes. Well, because you have to feed it. So,
Of course.
eyes light up and they're animated. This is like the last version of it. But yeah, its eyes light up and express emotion and that sort of thing. And so there's various ways you can interact with it. You can feed it. You press down his little tongue and you can feed it. He has a tail. You can pull his tail. You can tickle his tummy. I think you can pet his head. You can turn him upside down. He reacts differently to all these things.
Yeah, speaking
Well.
from experience, he doesn't like to be left in a trunk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he is afraid of the dark, actually.
Yeah.
I think he has a light sensor right there. I think that's what that is. So this one was mind-blowing. I think I have representatives of all the different versions. But this one was mind-blowing because this one actually changes personality. So there's certain ways to get the certain personalities to come out. For example, if you keep pulling on the tail, I think
They get mad and bite you, right?
well, I think that brings out the evil personality. So there's an evil personality, kind of a goofy personality, a couple more. But yeah, they're hilarious. I just became obsessed with them because they were so much like animatronics, and yeah. So I have including a couple stuffed ones that do absolutely nothing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6. Yeah. 7. Yeah.
And we are so glad they're not in your background.
But yes, if you do ever want to see them in action, you can search for Greg Short Furby, and I'm
I
sure.
just did.
Did you?
I just did. Yes, pretty cute.
Oh, yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so that's my sort of adult obsession with toys is the Furbies. The very last Furby that I know that they came out with was basically like this one, but it was Star Wars related. So they made it Chewbacca. It looked like Chewbacca. I believe that was the very last one they came out with, and that was several years ago now. So, and every couple years they were coming out with a new one. So I suspect they're not coming out with any more. Oh man! But the first edition ones, there was a craze on eBay for them, and one I had bought for $12. It was an all black one. I ended up selling it for $60. So yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, they were the first editions in particular were pretty valuable. So, and Emily, have you considered getting moon shoes again? Yeah.
I thought about it, and then I'm like, I'm so much bigger than I was when I was 9 or 10 years old, and watching these YouTube videos of people that are 10 years younger than me, just like goofing around and having fun with them. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it's fun for them, but like, I don't think it would be that much fun for me. So.
Oh man, I guess the closest to that is when I was young, we had a pogo stick. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I don't know if you've ever tried to use a pogo stick, but it's not as easy as it looks.
Oh, we found one in our backyard. We moved to a new house, and me and my brother were so delighted to find this rusty old metal pogo stick randomly in our backyard. And we would go out on the back patio, and like that's how we passed the time, was just to have pogo stick jumping competitions to see who could get the most bounces in a row.
Wow. Oh man. Yeah, I was going through like a few years ago, I was going through a very nostalgic phase, and I considered getting an adult pogo stick, and then I was like, wait a minute, I have arthritis, and my bones are getting brittle.
Yeah, not a good idea.
It'd really be wise.
Bad knees, bulging disc.
Yeah, call your insurance provider before you try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just they'll sign off on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. To like find these old toys on the internet and buy them. Like I bought a game off of eBay, and it was one of my favorite games as a kid. It's called The Grape Escape, GRAPE.
Huh.
And you make your little like player characters out of Play-Doh. There's like a mold that you squish them into and form your little grape dude, and you put them on the start, and you go around, and it's a little bit like Mousetrap, because there's this like 3-dimensional contraption that you have to put together, and there are like 4 obstacles that you have to avoid: getting squished, getting chopped in half, getting stepped on, and whoever gets to the end first wins. And like if you get squished, you just put yourself in the mold and you reform yourself and you go back to start.
Oh,
and
wow.
I just remember loving that, because it was so very like tactile, and like you had to configure the little contraption and build it every time. That was really fun. So I got that as an adult to show my kids, like, this is what I used to love. And we get it out and play it sometimes, but I kind of want to keep it special. Like,
yeah, definitely. Wow, that's really cool that you were able to get that.
Yeah, that it worked to relive that childhood.
And back to
memory.
munchies.
Yeah. Very cool. Now I'm very curious what toys Ted Monk had in his youth.
Well, let's see. The one I remember wanting really badly was a plastic semi truck. This was in the 70s. And so all the kids in the neighborhood would tow around our semi trucks on a string. And that was fun, I guess. I remember wanting one really bad because everybody else in the neighborhood had one. We'd do convoys and pretend to do our CB radios and stuff. We had walkie-talkies. Convoy, yeah, those were the days. And I remember wanting the toy Jaguar car out of the Sears catalog that they had for years and years. And of course, it was like $200 at the time. And I never got it, but I remember wanting it really bad. But that's it. I don't remember anything else much.
Okay.
Toys.
Yeah.
I wanted a guitar. I got a guitar.
How young were you when you got your first guitar?
I think I was 10.
Oh, okay.
It was after I got my first rifle, so
Priorities.
Hey, it was Arizona, my dad was a cop.
There you go.
Not that far off. I got a shotgun at 12.
Oh my goodness.
No, I think I got my first 22 at 8. So
wow.
That was training gun.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was young, one of my uncles wanted to buy us. It was like a vintage. I don't know that it was necessarily antique, but it was like a vintage rifle, and I think he actually did buy it and was going to give it to us, and my mom said, "No." Yeah, so
do any of you have any of your toys from when you were a kid?
Yes.
Nope.
I have quite a few of them.
One
Quite
of
a
my
few of
favorite
mine, yeah.
toys when I was a kid, of course.
Oh,
was the
there you go.
there.
My
Buddy L.
parents kept it in the closet all these years, and it
Wow.
I fixed it up, cleaned it up. It still
wow.
works.
That's
So,
a brand
nice.
that brings
We
memories
would
for
play
me.
school, we would play business, we would play restaurant, play secretary, all this stuff, all on this
Wow.
machine right
Nice.
That's so cool that you have that. That's awesome.
It's so cool that my parents kept it,
I
I
know.
probably would have tossed it. but
Yeah.
my parents, they were
I think
very
my mom-
sentimental.
My mom still has stuff up in the attic. I think I do have a lot of my toys. But yeah, she saved everything for us.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
All the schoolwork,
Oh, yeah.
drawings.
Yep.
and Little baby clothes and all kinds of stuff. So they have the space for it. I don't have the space for it. but they
Yeah.
do.
So Brenda, what's one of the toys that you still have?
I have a lot. I have Sonny and Cher dolls and the stage and her dressing room and her clothes. I have Marie Osmond dolls. I have
Nice.
Princess Leia, Luke
Cute.
Skywalker guys that are, the big ones. My Mrs. Beasley doll. I have some baby dolls up there that I used to like. What else do I have? I've got the old Hangman game with Vincent Price on it. I've got a bunch of board games that are, from the Partridge Family board game. I can't think of anything. I got a lot of stuff. Starsky and Hutch dolls. I have them.
board games.
Oh my God, you have Starsky and Hutch?
I do. I have my Starsky and Hutch dolls are downstairs in my craft room, sitting on a little bench. Yeah.
If those are in
I've
good
been
condition,
watching them
your
sometimes.
collection is probably pretty valuable.
I thought about maybe getting rid of some of that, selling some of it and getting rid of it. But yeah, I remember that one, it was like a metal U shape and it had a round red disc that was magnetized and you would
Oh
go
yeah,
back.
yeah.
I still have that.
Well,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I love that thing. Well, I
Yep.
think my best
Those are fun.
favorite toy was my big wheel. That was like the best.
Yes, I had one of those.
Yeah, my dog used to. My parents had a Doberman Pinscher, and I remember her grabbing the wheel and pulling me. I'm like, yes. So yeah, that was the big wheel. I need a big wheel for my size now. That would
That
be
would be
They should
really
make a big
fun.
wheel
that's
trike.
called a recumbent
They
trike.
should make a,
Recumbent trike.
but I
Yeah,
guess
recumbent
that's what
trike.
you have your fancy cars for, right? That's my big wheel.
There you
But
go.
yeah. So
There are recumbent trikes, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I've
my
had a couple of
uncle
them.
builds them.
Oh,
Huh.
Yeah, I had a
It's
cat
just
trike and I had a
kinda
KMX at one point.
oh yeah.
Those are not cheap, I understand.
No.
Wow.
There's a couple in our neighborhood that drive by down our street every morning in their recumbent trikes. And
oh, here's the toy. Remember this?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
fun. That was pretty fun. It still works.
They had all the
That's-
different
yeah.
sports.
I
Probably
love
worth
that
a lot
game.
today after.
I
Garden
love
of
that
Galaxy.
game. And I
Yeah.
still have my game. Well, I gave my son my Game Boy, the original Game Boy. He's got that. Yeah, there's just so much stuff. It's ridiculous. And I didn't like since my mother did that, and I'm not mad at her about it, but I'm like, what am I supposed to do with all this stuff? Because you don't want to get rid of it. So my kids' toys, I'm like, this is going. We're getting rid of everything. I've got save a couple of their stuff, but it's like, you just can't keep everything,
We
Yeah,
can
that's
try
called
those.
So-
hoarding.
Yeah. And the stuff's going to rot by the time it's, you might as well give it away before it rots because it's not going to be worth anything anyway. So, but here I still
Right.
have all my stuff. So, well,
That is funny.
yeah.
Dan, how are you? He's working in the dark.
I'm working in the dark. Sorry about that. The light is a little bit off. I'm sitting in my son's room yet again because he has a big desk than me. So I'm fine, thank you. It's nice to hear talking about the toys.
Yeah.
I was just rummaging my office, see if anything was left, but I think they're in storage bins. But I had a ton of Star Wars toys, which, as many things, came very late to Sweden. So in the mid '80s, everybody got a Star Wars toy, and I keep those, especially Boba Fett, which was my favorite of them. So very nice.
Me too.
Yeah, he's the coolest one, and very, very good. So that's about it. I saved a lot of toys as well as my son's toys. He's 15, going on 16 now, so he's not too happy about it. But it's nice to have. Nice to have, really. I lost many of my toys. I don't know where they ended up, but many of them are gone. I was very into Big Jims. Do you know those with the action figures with the muscles and you can clothe them? I was very into that, and it was nice to have.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are there any toy typewriters in your collection?
Yeah. I should have. Yeah, I have the newest toys that I got, but it's very nice to have it. I sort of thought about the idea of getting back some of my youth with purchasing old toys.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would give me, but I haven't done that as of yet. But I have two toys that are watching over me. If I can pick them up. Just a moment. I have, speaking of action figures, I don't know if you see this. If you can see these guys. Here they are. You see them?
Oh, cool.
Shakespeare.
I got these two sitting in the window beside my
That's
desk,
funny.
watching me from behind, so I don't cheat or do anything about it. But it's very good to have them. Poe used to have an owl. A raven, of course.
Yes.
sitting on its shoulder, but I lost them. These guys are about 15 years old, standing in my window for at least 5 or 10 years. So they're keeping their shapes rather good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want that Edgar Allan Poe one. He's one of my favorite authors.
Yeah, extremely. It's so cool. I think this one is very, very portrait-like as well,
Yeah.
as Shakespeare, but it's very pale and it's a great action figure.
Almost
So
crazy.
I have these pretending they are talismans, not confessing they are actually toys for grown-ups.
Very cool.
Fine.
Excellent. I think my wife might have that William Shakespeare because she's big into William Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I got that long after, because I was supposed to be I was on the university going to do a PhD on Shakespeare actually. So I gathered a lot of paraphernalia concerning Shakespeare, and this came much later. But I should have this sitting in my office. Then it might be okay. I was close to actually going on a PhD, but I switched courses. I went to advertising instead. So,
yeah, there's probably more money in that.
yeah, but I think the thing is, I think I would be rather content in the academic world, sitting in my office and just dwelling into my thing. So it's but that's maybe another life, another existence.
And Brenda, what do you have there?
Okay, so this was my first sewing machine, the Holly Hobby sewing machine. Look how dusty it is. This was, so I used to sew Barbie clothes, I guess, on this. It does like a chain stitch. So I have that still. I don't know. And then here's my Barbie case.
Cute.
So yeah, I just have the stuff is just all over,
I love that
just
little
scattered
sewing
around.
machine. And
Yeah,
it
the sewing
actually
machine
works.
is really cool.
That
Yeah,
is cool.
it's cool.
Is it
So
metal or plastic?
it's a plastic.
And it's electric.
Plastic.
Cool.
Well, you put batteries in it.
Uh-huh.
So and it's got a little foot pedal.
That is
Yeah.
super cool.
So yeah, I just have stuff scattered but I mean, I have it out where I can see it. It's not like I have it like boxed. If I'm going to keep it in a box, I'm just, some of the stuff I have out, but it's like, I kind of don't see the point in having it if you're not going to actually like look at it, like see it. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just more stuff.
This would all be a great discussion for my dad. He's been collecting toys for decades.
Yeah, I've got a friend who loves vintage toys as well.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up, there was two types of toys that was huge in my childhood, and that was toy trains, mostly through him, which is now his business, and toy guns. I don't know, my sister and I would always come up with the greatest pretend stories with those two things. Imagining what was going on with the railroad or traipsing through the woods, pretending
Train
to be like
robbers.
like a science team or something on some alien planet or whatever. Honestly, I think without those two toys, I would not be writing the types of stories that I do now.
Very cool. Peter, do you have a blog or something somewhere?
No, none of this is published yet.
Okay.
It comes out mostly in these, and then I also occasionally will turn them into like D&D campaigns as a DM.
Yeah.
But I forgot to mention this earlier, but I would like to thank you, Gregory, for moving the time. Because the reason that I was only on here like once before, and the only reason I was able to be there is because I was home early, and because I'm always at church early on Sunday mornings.
Okay. I'm glad it worked out.
Mhm.
Yeah, very cool. Does anyone else have a typing prompt or a favorite toy from your childhood? Joe, I don't think I've asked you about, certainly you've had some interesting toys in your time.
Yes, I have. And I do have a little piece I wrote here while I was.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, so this
Cool.
is, I was one of those baby boomers raised on sugary cereals and Saturday morning cartoons. That's
Yes.
how we won the Cold War, I'm convinced. We out-sugared the Soviets. But along with cartoons was toy advertisements on TV. It was the ultimate triumvirate: sugary cereal, cartoons, and toy advertisements. So the first toy I think of as my favorite was the Secret Sam kit. So we always felt in our family we were 1 degree removed from the atomic bomb spies of World War II. My dad was a World War II veteran and got out of the war early and was sleeping at his parents' house in Albuquerque at 5:30 in the morning of January 16th, 1945, when he was tossed out of bed by the seismic shock of the Trinity test that was about 120 miles south of Albuquerque. And he spent his career on Sandia Base at the Defense Nuclear Agency, where he helped set up the nuclear weapons the part system for the nation's stockpile. But during the war, my grandparents rented rooms to boarders, which was very common back in the late Depression and World War II era. And they had several houses. And one of their boarders at the house on High Street was David Greenglass, the brother of Ethel Rosenberg. And one day the FBI came knocking on my grandparents' door asking about this particular boarder. This was like a year or so after the war, and they were doing the investigation about the spy ring. So those were heady days indeed. But about 20 years later, in the mid-1960s, me and my brother were playing spy with the Secret Sam kit. And this was a black briefcase with a real 127 format hidden camera, a plastic gun that shot plastic bullets through the side of the briefcase with a button on the handle, had a periscope and other spy related stuff. I had maybe a decoder wheel and all that. But we really loved the Secret Sam kit. That was one of our favorite toys. And, even as adults, we've sort of, hypothesized, you could actually make a real Secret Sam kit. But anyways, the other toy was called Johnny Astro. So we were not only children of the Cold War and of the nuclear intrigue around Albuquerque, but we were keenly aware of the Apollo space program. One of our favorite toys was this simulated moon lander. It was basically a base station that was battery powered. It had a fan, electric fan, and a joystick that you could kind of control the direction of the fan, and you could control the speed of the fan. The spaceship itself was a balloon that you blew up with air, and then you taped these plastic legs on the bottom, and the balloon had markings on it that kind of looked like a lunar lander. And what you did is you set this balloon on top of this space station, and you turned on the fan, and by blowing air over the top of the balloon, you could kind of move it around the room up in the air. And we would launch the spaceship from grandma's dining room table and try to land it into the chandelier up in the ceiling, which was our moon. And we spent hours and hours playing with the Johnny Astro kit. I think years later, I found the empty box to the Johnny Astro in the garage, but the toy itself is long lost. And then the third toy was from the same era of the late 1960s, was called the Bathhouse Brass. And this was like a musical instrument that it was sort of like a tuba, but it was made of all these weird plastic pipes they sort of were styled to look like old plumbing pipes. And you kind of wrap this thing around you, and then you walked around the yard and played this instrument that really just sounded like a kazoo. And so you just walked around and blew this thing. It wasn't a real social oriented toy, like something you would play with your friends. It was just more like performance art. And so we had a lot of other fun toys, but those were the three that I remember the best: the Secret Sam, the Johnny Astro, and the Bathhouse Brass. There was also this movie projector thing that I think I have the box to it, but I don't have the unit. It was like an opaque projector, had a light bulb inside, and you could put cartoons from the Sunday morning paper underneath it and project these colorful cartoons on the wall. But it also had animated,
I remember that.
yeah, animated cardboard figures that were like people and stuff, and you could do little animated shows, like like kind of puppet figure kind of things with it. So
Wow.
these were the pre-electronic days of toys. The
Yeah.
most electronic we got was the electric powered fan of the Johnny Astro.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Can you just say the names of those 3 toys once again in that order? Because it sounds like the name of a band.
Secret Sam, Johnny Astro, Bathhouse Brass. Yes, we'll be playing live next week at the.
Yes.
It is. They are. That would make a good band name, actually.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, so
Any one of those, it singularly would make an album name for some band.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. I have an Excel spreadsheet somewhere that I spent a couple years collecting ideas for hypothetical band names. So, some of them are pretty silly, but I'll have to dig that out someday.
That's funny. So I was in thinking about this topic of childhood toys. I can't help but remember my grandpa used to tell us stories about the toys he grew up with. So he was born in 1918, and his family was very, very poor. So most of their toys were strictly things carved out of wood. They may or may not have been advanced enough to have wheels. But the one toy that sticks out the most, and I guess it was kind of common back then. So they would take a pig's bladder and fill it up with water and tie the ends, and they would play with it just like a ball.
Yeah.
So
Balloon. Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know if you can see back here on the shelf, there's a box set. Is actually the Little House on the Prairie books, and I just started reading it, and they talk about playing with a pig's bladder. I was like, wow, that was like my grandpa did that. Oh man,
that reminds me of my dad. Was born in 1917, and back in the 30s, when he was a young man, they were always playing outdoors, and they would. I guess one of his friends was a little older and was driving already. And so they would drive up to the foothills of the Sandia Mountains with their 22 rifles, and inspired by the cowboy movies that they used to see in the Nickelodeon theater, they would have real gunfights with 22 rifles. They would hide behind these giant boulders. The front of the Sandia Mountains is really boulders, and they would literally like shoot bullets off the rocks that you were hiding behind. I mean, this is the great generation, right? That fought World War II. This is how they played back in the Depression. If you had a gun. So
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And they lived to tell the tale, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm posting. Oh, go ahead, Peter. That was Peter, right?
I was going to say that I've heard a lot of stories sort of similar to that from some family members. But one thing that I remember doing was we'd have toy gun fights on my grandpa's land because he had turned his old farm into basically an auto boneyard, and so there was old cars everywhere, and it was like pre-made for toy gunfights in some ways.
Wow.
And it was a whole lot of fun. I think that's where I got my love of cars and machinery, mainly from him. Yeah,
very cool.
It was a lot of fun.
So in the YouTube comments, we do have a question from Ed. He says, "Hello all. Question: what do you think of the console typewriters? More specifically, the console 1511.
Good machines.
Excellent. I knew you would be the one.
Difficult to get open, but good machines.
Oh, okay. What makes it difficult?
You have to take the carriage off to get the skin off.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah,
So
it's
are
not
there
great.
buried under the carriage?
What was that?
Are there screws buried under the carriage that you have to access, or
No, the shell just won't come off unless you take the carriage off. It's on there so tight that it's just impossible to get off without taking the carriage off.
Oh wow. But have you done it?
Not yet. I'm dreading the.
Yeah.
I actually have to do it, and I'm on my own 1511, and it's definitely not something I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
You know, when I first took apart my 1970s Hermes 3000, it's the plastic square boxy one.
Mhm.
I thought the same thing, that I couldn't take it apart without taking the carriage off. But it was this weird combination of kind of maneuvering the top half of the shell and moving the carriage back and forth, and finally getting the carriage through the opening and back the other way until you could finally get the top off.
Yeah, me and Bill both have gone over this thing for hours, and we can't figure out any way to get the shell off without taking the carriage off. Mainly because the back of the shell has kind of a lip that sits underneath the carriage, and there's literally like just millimeters of movement in there.
Wow.
You can come in.
Oh, she's getting a sandwich.
Ooh, getting some homemade sausage.
Oh, sausage.
Oh.
Yeah, John made this yesterday.
And Brenda, it's okay to eat it on
Smoked
air
it.
because I ate breakfast on the air.
I know. I didn't think
Yeah.
you would, because I thought it was going to be later that we would have missed your breakfast.
I sleep in on Sundays.
Oh, must be nice.
Me too.
Good enough for everybody, Brenda.
Sure. I want to buy it here.
Mm.
There you go. You're welcome.
I can smell it.
It smells really good.
Oh
Mm.
man. And Natasha, how are you?
I'm okay. How you guys
Hey,
doing?
Natasha.
Good,
Hey,
good.
Good
everybody.
morning.
Welcome.
Hi,
Hey.
Natasha.
Hey guys.
Natasha.
Well, since the last time we met, I've amassed 8 more typewriters.
Oh boy.
Woohoo! Good
Wow.
job. Awesome.
Boom.
Yeah. and I'm
Show
supposed to
and
have
tell.
Oh,
please.
well done.
We need some show and tell.
Oh, I'm
I
about
think you
to,
have a
like,
problem, Natasha.
I think she does too.
You say what now?
You have a
I
problem.
think you have a
Yeah.
problem. You need a
That's a
12-step typewriter
great
program.
problem.
Yeah, that's true. All of them are in my
If you
big
want that-
step 1.
If you walk that dog, bring her up. I want to show them.
Emily has a book there.
And I have a prompt too, but if you like, I'll show y'all majority. But my little baby here.
Did you see Emily has your book, Natasha?
You say what now? I'm sorry.
Emily has your book.
Oh, how's the hold on.
Look in gallery view at all the, and you can see her.
Here, I'll zoom in on it.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you got it. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
So good. I really thank you for that. That is awesome.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Isn't it? It's so good.
I can't wait to do another one. I
That's
proposed one to my publisher, but I haven't heard back yes or no yet.
Okay.
So as soon as I do, I'll tell you.
Very good.
Cool.
Very good.
Yeah,
but-
it's fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing one on typewriters, but I'm trying to come from another angle because they're acting like I told them my publishers about my typewriters, and they said, "Oh, that sounds interesting. What about that?" So I'm trying to think of another angle because people have already done 100 of them on history of typewriters, this and that on typewriters. So Paul said, "Why don't you just talk about your typewriters?" Because the few of my own, they are models that famous people own. So I don't know. Maybe that's an angle.
Yeah.
Not the actual thing. You know what I'm saying? I wish.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell them. I mean, But yeah, here's my baby here. If you guys see.
Oh.
Hey,
nice.
Corona 3.
And she actually worked. I got her working. I promise y'all. I've been. This whole thing has been a great learning experience.
Mine
That's
was
the best
too.
thing. The best thing about having them is being able to work on them and fix them.
Yeah. Let me
It's
see.
fun.
She might make a fool out of me today.
It looks like a later one.
It's a 20. I got my little tag here. It's a 24.
Yeah, it's got
Is
it's
that-
got an actual return lever on it because I've got a 17 and it doesn't have a return lever.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the flat feed rollers?
flat
that
feet.
you posted about in the group?
No,
Is it-
that's
no.
that's the Remington. That's the Remington 5 that I was crying over. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got it, and it had flat feed rollers. But
Well,
now we
you're
have.
gonna-
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
But now we have the what do you call
You got a
it?
backup?
I have a backup. Yes, thank you. I have a backup one that just came in. So oh yeah, she's moving now. Okay, so she's moving. She always does. Girl. See, she's moving.
No, I'm just gonna carry her and then you can take her back.
Yeah. But I do
I
have
will
a
say
problem
those
with
little-
her on this side though. Like she's stuck. Like this this ribbon spool is stuck. I don't know if I'm supposed to take it out or what. Now this one comes out, as you can see, but this one does not. It's on the right. So I'm wondering, should I take it out or what? I don't know what to do with it. But other than that,
No.
she would have been running.
Yeah, give the toast some lube and let it soak. It should pop out.
Okay, so I was scared to
Oh,
do
yeah.
that. I was scared that if I put, because I did put oil in it, and I was scared that if I forced it out, it would break. So
You're right. It will break. Don't ask me how I know that. You have to be very.
I will say about the
wanna
Corona
break that
3s.
mechanism there. But yeah, it seized
We'll say
up.
about the-
And that's why I'm late. I'm sorry, guys, I'm late.
That's okay.
It's because I was working on this Royal KMM,
Ah.
doing its adjustments. Like it was all feet real bad. The caps were way up high and the lowers were way down low. So I watched Phoenix Typewriter and even Joe Van Cleves and everybody that I could watch. And y'all helped out so much because I was up till 2 a.m. Then I got up again this morning and worked on it. So now it's perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
You're laying there in bed thinking about how to fix your typewriters.
Well, I was up till 2 a.m. working on it. I got on Paul's nerves because he was like, yeah, I was laying in bed mad because it wasn't fixed yet.
Yeah.
Good job,
that's how mental I am. I'm like, it's not. I can't rest until I finished it because I just bought it yesterday from a lady in Mississippi, and it was so nasty, so dirty. It had what all did it have in it? It had yarn in it. It had trash, papers in it, and then what was holding up the capital letters was this little piece of plastic here. So I don't know if y'all can see that, but a little piece of plastic was stuck, so I couldn't get the caps to act right.
So there's the title of your next book, Mississippi Typewriter.
Yeah, because I've gotten like 3. Oh yeah, 4 of them have come from Mississippi. Like that. Yeah. So you're right. That's a good one. You are right.
Very cool.
But yeah, I have a prompt whenever y'all are, if you want to hear it now.
Go for it.
Okay. So let me put on my little glasses. All right. So I was an only child growing up. Oh, fave toy as a child. Okay. I was an only child growing up and I had many favorite toys, but one that stuck out to me was Pinky the Bear. She was big and sat on my bed with me for years. I had her from about 5 years old to about my mid-20s. I don't remember getting rid of her, but I must have left her by mistake during one of my many moves of the past. I still think of her on occasion, along with my stuffed Tigger my mom got me at Sears. It broke my heart when she sent it along with some others to Goodwill. I still have a baby doll from when I was a baby somewhere in the garage. His name is Zuri. I have kept my children's toys from when they were babies. I will never send the select few of them to Goodwill.
Very good.
I won't do that to my babies.
Yeah.
That was traumatic when she sent that to Goodwill. I was like, please don't do that. I mean, he had little stuffing coming out of him and all. I was like, no, don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
No problem.
And Mike, how are you?
Hey, Mike.
I'm doing just fine, thank you. How is everybody there?
Very good.
Yeah.
So
I've been sort of watching as I've been doing things throughout the house, but anyways, nice to see everybody here.
Yeah. So as you can tell, we've been talking about toys from our childhood. Is
Yes.
there one that stands out for you?
Yes, and I'm still working on it.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yes,
I'm
go for it.
typing it now. As a matter of fact,
Okay.
somebody on here gave me the idea of which toy I was going to talk, or which set of toys I was going to talk about. So I'll be done this in just a few moments. But,
okay, we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Very cool. And Tasha's iPad is joining.
Yeah, because I was going to show y'all my typewriters in a second. Let me shut this one off.
Okay. Very cool.
I don't have it typed up, but I always used to like the 12-inch GI Joes and the little green army men.
Yeah.
My brother was older than me. He always had some cool toys, and so I got to play with them.
Okay. Now I know the army.
Brenda, was that?
Go ahead, Kara.
Go ahead. I was just going to ask Brenda if that was a Furby that she was holding up earlier.
Yes, it was. It was a Furby.
I want to see it.
You missed it. She's already downstairs. It's like we got another dog. We got
the dog. Yes,
the Pomeranian. Yeah, that's Hazel. So
okay.
Yeah. Don't get any more dogs.
Just typewriters. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
don't ever say no more typewriters, no more dogs, because you're gonna do it anyway. So
I know, right?
Terrible. Yeah.
Okay, so I did see the Furby then, because
you did see
I
it.
actually made you big there for a little while, because yeah.
That's little Miss Hazel.
Oh,
she's adorable.
Oh, that's cute. Let's see here. I like Me's little sign that she typed up, that she'll be back in a few minutes. That is funny. And Bob, what in your youth? You're muted.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Gregory?
I said, what toys did you have in your youth?
Oh, you're so cool. I'll preface it for everyone else. Gregory is the younger of many brothers. I am the older of many brothers, and it's a lot of fun to hang out with him because I know two things. Number one, he can put up with anything I can dish out because he's used to it. And number two, if we get into a scrap, I may win, but he's going to hold his own just fine because he's used to it. So I've learned not to try to wrestle with Greg or anything else. But so like all good brother sibling relationships, we did a lot of Star Wars. I was the good guys. My younger brothers were the bad guys. I was just remembering when I was born, my grandmother got one of these yarn sew kits to build a teddy bear. So on the plane ride to meet me when I was born, apparently she built this teddy bear, and I've given this teddy bear away to my daughter, and then her mom returned it, and then my son, and then his mom returned it. So I've got this great old teddy bear, and it just sits in my room. His name is Teddy. It's very complicated, but I'm very fortunate to still have Teddy around. But no, I think like any kid, you know, we had everything, and our parents didn't always have much. So boy, I remember my dad just going to Toys R Us and filling up the Suburban. And this Christmas was huge, and there were Legos, tons of Legos, and a lot of Star Wars, and a lot of it I wish I would have kept, but naturally I, moved it along because you grow out of it. But the one thing I didn't get rid of is bicycles. So I've had a few bikes stolen because they're so nice, but I was really outside a lot riding my bicycle around. I just wanted to ride. I just wanted to go places, venture places, explore places. I live where I grew up, so I rode here, but we also had a house for a few years over by School for the Deaf up on Victoria. So I just ride all through Victoria. They've got this great bike lane and all these great trees. And so I just had so much fun outside. I rarely wanted to be inside playing, right? Although I suspect I probably didn't play with my younger brothers as much as I should have. They probably played more together without me because I just wanted to be outside moving. So it's the same today. I own a home and live where I grew up, but I travel a lot. So, or as much as I can, right? So
yeah.
Thanks for asking. We were very fortunate in the 80s. I came across a Teddy Ruxpin just a few weeks ago that someone was trying to give away. And if you guys remember, they had the tape that would go in the back. It was great to show my son. Like, we'd put the tape in the back, it would play, and they tried to give it to me, and I have too many typewriters. I don't need a Teddy Ruxpin. I don't know what they need or not, because my little sister had them, right? My little sister had those and Care Bears and blah blah blah, all the things. We were very fortunate, but there were typewriters around, but my dad was in the world of computers, so we had a Tandy, Radio Shack machine, Compaq's machines. Like, as soon as the machine hit the market, he got one so he could compete and be in business with his other co-workers, right? So I was very used to that. I remember he still had a typewriter. I did not get it. He had a Smith Corona Galaxy. I think I've got like 10 Smith Corona Galaxies now, because that's just what I remember. But there was never huge incentive for me to use a typewriter, because I always had the newest, latest, and greatest computer, even if that meant dot matrix printer, right? My dad had a monster dot matrix printer that we could, print out those big banners that said "Happy Birthday" that were like 28 pages long, but that you
yeah.
Well, they were perforated together with the dot.
Yeah, the fanfold.
Yeah, that was fun. Anyways, thanks for asking, Gregory.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Teddy Ruxpin. Actually, I was pretty jealous because my youngest brother got the Teddy Ruxpin, and again, it was like an animatronic, because you play the tape and his little mouth would move.
Yeah,
and you could record your own tapes and put them in there, and his little mouth would move. It was.
I saw him in concert in '72.
That's what we used to do, right? We would put like Ozzy Osbourne tapes in the back just to watch him try to keep up.
Oh man!
Randy Rhoads tribute album looked really good in the back of a Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, that is funny.
Wear the batteries out really quick.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Mike finished his typing prompt. Let's do that, and then we'll get to Natasha.
Okay. Well, thanks. So anyway, I just typed this up just now on the Royal Quiet Deluxe here, which I've been using mostly for everything nowadays. But listening to Joe Van Cleve's tale reminded me of my own space-based toys. My dad was an aerospace engineer and worked on many early space vehicles. One perk of this was he brought home Aviation Week magazine every week. I got to read about the state-of-the-art space technology, though much of it was beyond me. As he sent out his shirts to be laundered each week, I got a ready supply of nice thin cardboard. I used this to make rocket ships and other fun toys. The laundry went through several grades of cardboard. Some worked better for rocket fuselages than others. It all came down to how well it maintained its shape and rolled into a cylinder. Later on, I moved into more capable rockets. My friends and I had various space-based vehicles, that operated on compressed air and water. But the ones that flew the furthest used baking soda and vinegar for fuel. I had a 3-stage version that flew particularly far. The first 2 stages only went a few feet. The 3rd stage made it all the way across the yard. One day, my friend and I, I'm not sure whose idea it was, decided we needed more power. His dad had some battery acid in the garage. With that substituted for the vinegar, 3rd stage made it all the way across the street and into the next yard. Fortunately, neither of us got anything in our eyes, but I did notice later on that the shirt I wore that day developed some holes after it was washed. That was pretty. I never graduated to the Estes type solid fuel rockets, but when my son got old enough, I bought one for him, and we had lots of fun with it.
Excellent. Thank you. That's awesome. Very cool. All right. And Joe, are you enjoying your pancakes?
Yes. Well, my grandson had asked grandma for pancakes, so I went out in the kitchen a while ago and she handed me a plate of pancakes. So this is like breakfast number 2. Or brunch, I guess it is.
You're a hobbit now? Second breakfast.
Yeah,
Second
yeah,
breakfast,
yeah.
yes, I'm a hobbit, exactly. I'm
Oh.
looking more like a hobbit every day, actually.
That's funny.
I was going to say with Mike's story about the rockets, I remember when I was up in Oregon back in 2001 for a training assignment for my job, I went to a hobby shop over somewhere in Beaverton or wherever, and they had these water rockets, which we had as kids, little things you pumped up like Mike mentioned. But these were water rockets that have these plastic burst discs that you put in the nozzle, and you pump it up with a high pressure bicycle pump, and they'll shoot the rocket to about over 500 feet in the air with just compressed air and water.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, that sounds like the way to go.
Yeah, we had the pump up kind.
Yeah.
And then there was some cardboard ones that you went down and then the air pressure would shoot them up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Very cool. All right, Natasha, what do you have for us?
Well, let me see here. I'm gonna go by the order in which I have them logged in this book. I'm gonna try to anyway. All right, so let me flip this around. All right, this here, get out of the way of it. Now I want y'all to see my terrible rug my dog messed up. All right. I don't know if this is a good view of it. Okay, it's getting away. Okay, this is the LC Corona Super Speed.
Beautiful.
I had to do some cleaning to it. And I love the stripes on the side. I'm sorry. See these stripes if they come up. Or in the
It's a
front
little
anyway.
dark for that.
Need more light, Natasha.
Yeah, no, I gotta, you know what? Let me do this. Let me get a flashlight. Because I can't pick these things up like I used to. Okay, so, all right, there's the light.
There we go.
And there's the stripes on the side. I love it.
Yep.
But when I bought it, it was gray, right? And when I started scrubbing and cleaning it, it turned black on me. So I'm like, that's great. I don't know what happened here, but and it's a 1947. And you see, I have my little charm on it that I'm doing now. Put a Pegasus on it because it's supposed to be a super speed, right? All right. So, and it's not. It's very sluggish. But it works though. I mean, it works great. And here's the Underwood 5. It's such an ugly thing, right? But the guy was selling it for $20.
Wow.
So
can't beat that.
And this again was Mississippi. And it works good now that I've, scrubbed it and got the ribbons for it and all that stuff. So, yeah. So that's the Underwood 5. And come to find out, it's supposed to be been used back in Vietnam. These typewriters. This one's a 1961. Now y'all are familiar with I recently repaired, me and Paul repaired this one. It's a 1923 Royal. We had to switch the flattens. Thank you. And let me see, let's go to this one here. All right, now we know the Remington 5, the infamous Remington 5. So you can see some parts are missing, but I've got a spare Remington 5 in there that we're about to switch out the flat rollers on. So that's my birthday gift right there. Oh, by the way, the Super Speed was my birthday gift too, but I actually went and got that day. So here's the, and that's a 1938 supposedly. And this right here is a 1948 Quiet Deluxe.
Like Moneypenny.
Henry Dreyfuss. And I didn't realize the significance of it being a Henry Dreyfuss until I started looking it up. And he was like a designer that designed all these things. So a lot of them for a certain period of time. So that's.
What kind of charm does that have?
Oh,
does
that
it have
has
a charm on
a
it?
musical instrument.
Nice.
Not an instrument. I'm sorry, a musical. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you for helping with that. 'Cause I forgot that over time. This one right here, and y'all seen this one. This is, you know, this
Yeah.
is,
Oh,
or
yeah.
maybe you didn't. I don't know, but that's my sticker machine. I think one of those stickers, well, two of them look familiar, right?
Yeah.
That's a great
Well,
idea for a machine that's, paint or color is bleh. That's
I
a
like the
great
Fred-
It
idea.
works though. She's
Easier than
amazing.
painting for sure.
See how she's real heavy. I
Oh my
love how she
goodness. I
types.
love
Oh,
that.
lovely.
I might
And she's
do
got a
that.
guitar because she's a rock star. See that?
And
She's a rock star.
and those tags don't get caught when you're typing.
Sometimes if they're not really heavy, the lighter ones
Okay.
do get caught.
Okay.
But the heavy ones don't.
Because I thought about putting some on mine because I never remember what year they are. But then I thought it's gonna get stuck in there and there's no
Oh, you're talking
other
about the
way.
tags. I'm sorry. You're not
Yeah,
talking about
the
the
tags.
thing. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yes, the
The-
tags
no, it's fine.
sometimes do. So I
Yeah.
have to kind of, keep a hand
Watch.
on them, or I put them up in the carriage a
somewhere.
little bit
Yeah.
while I'm
Maybe
typing.
behind where
I
they
usually
Okay.
put mine on the carriage return lever, and usually that's
Yeah.
forward of the carriage enough to not get.
Yeah.
On anything.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, but I'd rather keep it there. I don't, because I'm scared it'll fall off. I don't know. I kind of like it over there. But yeah, here's the KMM that gave me so much shit yesterday. Sorry. Oh, is there a kid in here?
No. Yeah, we're all
Okay.
kids. We're all old kids.
We're talking about toys.
That sounds like a typing assignment prompt.
Oh, like kids don't cuss. Kids never cuss, do they ever?
Oh no.
They do. Oh my
No.
goodness, they know more than I do on the curse words. But yeah, 1946. This one is, and this one has swans for its little
Nice.
things. Yeah, over
Wow.
there.
Those
I
are
don't want
so
to show too much
pretty.
of my
Great.
workspace. See, that's terrible. Okay, so these are all
It's
in my
workspace.
bedroom, y'all. Because they kicked me out of the garage because they started working on cars in there. So all I got is my
You need to
bedroom.
move all that to your bedroom. Oh my god.
Yeah, I did. I mean, look, I'm sorry. Let me look. See, that's the stuff. So one day I'll have a little work area again. But anyway, here's the Corona you saw already.
Nice.
And of course,
Those
another
things are
Royal.
so
I think
pretty.
this one's
Those
a-
Coronas.
Yeah, they are.
Here's this is a 23. Okay. But this is my other new one. That's my favorite. It's a Royal KMG. So I got this one
Right.
first. And before the KMM. And I said, yeah. The guy said, you're gonna love them. I got 12. That guy has 12 of these things. One guy told me on Instagram.
Wow.
So I said, yeah, okay. So next thing I knew, I fell in love with it. I put my stamp on it and a little charm over here. Oh goodness, let me see. Yeah, my little charm. That's a Scully. If it'll
I like the
stay.
skulls.
Me
I'm
too.
I'm
with
in the
that.
skulls.
Me too. I am too. I don't apologize for it either. You know, some
Nope.
people are like, that's death. Yeah.
Well, so what? We're all gonna die one day anyways.
I know. Tell me about it.
You
I'm
know,
We all
it's
got
just-
Type
we all have
skulls.
skulls underneath our skin, so
Yeah.
Type
I,
skulls.
I
I like
see it as a
them.
fun
Type
thing.
skulls.
I do too.
Instead of
I don't
type.
see it as any type of death or omens or evil.
I don't
or-
either.
It is what it is.
Right.
And so I think that's it. I don't know. Was that 6? I had
Sorry about that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 6 of them. So yeah, and the story completed on this KMG. Now, when I saw that they had a KMM for sale, I said, man, I got to get that. And
Oh,
I bought
boy.
it for $23 yesterday. $23.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Because she had done an auction and I was the winner and I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh my God. So I was scrambling for the money.
You can't
I
not
don't-
buy it for $26. You have
That's
to
a-
buy it.
I don't
That's
ever
an
win
amazing
anything,
deal.
So
Yeah.
yeah, 23. But it was kind of scruffy. I mean, I'll put pictures on Instagram. I didn't yesterday because it was 9/11. So I'll be putting up pictures of how it looked and how it was terrible. But I got her together though.
The thing is, though, you can't
It's
kill those
beautiful.
royal full sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. And then it didn't have a knob. Y'all know what was crazy? When I bought it, I didn't know that a knob was missing. I never even saw that. I just cared about the carriage strap. You know what I mean? That's all I cared about. And I was like, oh, carriage strap works. We got a deal. So when I came back here and started working on it, that's when I noticed it didn't have a knob.
Oh.
Oops. I bought one.
I was
of
like, where'd
those
the
before.
knob go?
Got so excited.
I know, yeah, it was because I finally got a second KMM type model because I have an HHM. Yeah, I think it's HHM in it. Yeah, I
thought it
have
was
that.
just HH.
HH, yeah, HH. I'm sorry, yeah, you're right. HH. That's a 52. So I got the whole royal family.
Wow.
You do. That's amazing.
Royals, yes. Love them.
Yeah. So
We
yeah,
love our royals.
I put the knob on it from royal parts I had in the past, because of course you can see I got
Nice.
parts everywhere. So I was so grateful I already had all that stuff and made her like new. And then she had a misalignment problem. So
Do you have a Royal FP?
no, I do not. I do not.
It's
I
only a
should
matter
for
of time, I think.
that. So I'm missing a family member.
Maybe next week. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, you know what? Today or
6 of them.
pick up a Underwood. Supposed to pick up an Underwood. Either today or tomorrow, an Underwood portable. It's got burgundy keys and burgundy. What do you call it? Burgundy knobs. So I can't wait. I don't know what model it is. She doesn't know what model it is. So we'll see. That's my daughter back there.
I was gonna say,
Hello,
wait, who's
daughter.
that? Hello, daughter.
Hi.
She switched around.
Beautiful collection.
Hey, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. But yeah, that's 6 out of 36 now. Oh, did she jump on?
Nice.
I think
You're
our
catching
dog
up?
just jumped on the typewriter.
Oh.
But anyway, I'm
Those-
sorry. Go ahead.
Those royal full sizes are just absolutely bulletproof.
Mhm.
I've
Yeah,
got
they
I have a KMM and an HH, both which I picked up for pretty good deals, and it was just clean up the outside, give them a little oil, and they're working good as new again.
Mm-hmm. But what I don't get is people who get Hermes 3000s for $20. Where are those?
I don't know. That's not what I paid for
Where are
this
they? 'Cause
one.
I have yet to see that.
They're just lucky. You
I
have to be at the
I
right
have
place,
a,
right time.
I have
you
a
gotta
Hermes
be
2000. I had to pay almost $200 for it.
Wow.
you got to be
Just
really
190,
lucky. The best of the deals that I've seen have been at consignment auction places,
Mm-hmm.
places where people bringing them in and the people likely bidding on them probably don't have a good handle on what they have. Like my Underwood 5, my Corona 3, my Royal HH, which I got for $10 at one of those places. That's where I've found the best. Also, I will say with that Corona 3, you get a nice platen in those. Those things are so rewarding to type on. At least my 17 is.
Yes, I can't wait till that ribbon spool starts to work, because I'll just have to pry it off. I'm scared. But yeah. So, but if it wasn't for that, it'd be working. I could type on it. I got the same ribbon, but I refreshed it.
Right.
And everything. So it's just a matter of that darn spool.
It's always something, isn't it? Natasha, I want to thank you again for sending me that charm. I saw Natasha's typewriter charms on her Instagram, and I was like, "Oh, I need that owl," and she sent it to me.
Oh, that's no problem. No
I
problem
love
at all.
It's so sweet. So I have to decide who it goes on. Maybe I'll put it on the. Maybe I'll put it on the Vogue. I could put it on the Vogue because it's special.
Yeah. Natasha, where did you get those charms?
Amazon. I saw them and I said, that's a neat way to, keep the weight on my tags, because they do better when I put the charms on them. It's better. I'm not going to say it's perfect, because sometimes that'll get caught in there, but most of the time it doesn't. It'll just weigh it back down and it'll come right back out of the rail.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I got them on Amazon.
Very good. Very good. Christopher, how are you? You're muted.
I'm going to come out of this pad and get back in.
Okay.
There we go. I'm very well, thanks. I've been enjoying listening on my phone lying in bed, so I thought I'd probably get up and contribute a little bit.
Yeah. Tell us about your typewriters.
Well, I spent some time collecting fountain pens, seeking for the Holy Grail, and I've come to the conclusion that, like Arthur's, there is no such thing. So I was able to save a lot of money and not looking so far for my Holy Grail typewriter. So I have 7 or 8, something like that, including one that I talked about last time, which is the Smith Corona Electric that I am the original owner of. I think I bought it in 1976 or something like that. And I think I'm probably the senior member here, but I think I'm also.
I'll sell it. I think I might be too, because although my first typewriter was that EP43 that Joe now owns. So I kind of am once removed. Okay.
Okay.
No.
So anyway, there you go. I was listening to your discussion on rockets. I used to do those too. It was fun. The toys that I still have, I have my old Lionel train, which is a big heavy one. You know, that's kind of fun. It's in boxes in the basement. And I suppose that's most of the only one I can think of. I'm just sort of sitting here waiting for second brunch, but since I live alone, nobody's going to bring it to me.
Oh, you need to go to Joe's house.
Always a good idea.
Yeah. Excellent. And since we've been talking about toys, were there any toys that stood out from your childhood?
Well, the train, I think I got it when I was 8 years old, and then for Christmases until I was, I don't know, 10 or 12, or probably 12, you know, we'd get an accessory, a different car, a different something or other. And then my father was into archery, so I shot the bow and arrow a lot, was never really very good at it. Learned to make my own arrows eventually, some of which I still have, and he made his own bows. I have those stored away. And then riding my bike around like Bob did.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Bob, I sent you a customer a couple of weeks ago. I hope she follows through. So.
Thank you. I'll take them.
On her way.
I'll do my best.
I wish I could remember who she was so I could tell you to look for her, but I can't. So we'll go there.
Thanks.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Let's see here. We also have Marcella Andriada in the YouTube comments. She's going to be joining us next time. And speaking of next time, so next week is our yes, our interview with
Wonderful Joe.
Yes, yes, we're gonna have a redo. This obviously it's working again, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm gonna repost the link to, or actually I think it's in the event. So if you go to typepals.com/events and then click on Ask Joe Van Cleve, it'll have the link in there so you can ask your question. We already have a good handful of them, but of course more are welcome and encouraged even. So
it doesn't mean I'll answer them all. It just means you can ask them.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Joe will get to pick and choose which ones he answers.
Right.
Oh yes, but that's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yep.
Joe, do you have anything in the works? Oh, someone's sharing their screen.
Video wise, I don't think I see. I have the ribbon I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this broadcast, the silk ribbons. I've got some of those from Ribbons Unlimited. I'm going to put a silk ribbon into Aunt Pat's Royal 10 right here this week and probably compare it, which I guess I could show you. This is the current cotton ribbon, and I have to focus my manual focus camera lens, but that's the imprint on the cotton ribbon on the Royal 10. Very dark. Dark is a good thing, but it's
Very
almost
bold.
a little too, like
Too
you can
much.
see, too much, right?
Much for the little holes.
Yeah. So
get
we're going to
filled
go with silk as maybe the next step in getting the optimal imprint. Not too dark, but not too light either.
Mhm.
So doing that, I have a video planned about the different kinds of auto reverse systems for ribbons. Because there's at least 4 different mechanisms that I think of that typewriters use. I'll probably be doing something about that. And then late last night, sometime early this morning, lying in bed, I got to thinking about my little Colibri here that I'm using. And I was thinking about motor scooters and typewriters. Now, Bob likes to ride full-size motorcycles, but I happen to have a Honda motor scooter, like a 150cc. And this is the kind of a motor scooter you'd ride around town on. It's not really big enough for highways, but I was going to just do a little thing about riding to your favorite coffee shop on your motor scooter with a typewriter, how's the best way to do that, right? And that might be kind of fun. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but just don't ever forget, I ride a Rebel 250 every day to and from work.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, my hashtag on Instagram is little bike pervert. So I really enjoy the little bikes.
Little bike pervert. I guess I won't ask you how that came about. So
yeah, it's a
He
long
really,
story.
It's
really
a long
likes
story.
He likes them a whole
Likes
lot.
them a whole lot. So May, I was just noticing your ribbon replacement box, which looks really cool. Can you show us what you're doing there? Oh, you have a Baco ribbon.
I manufactured this box with my own hands. So I recycled.
Is it Baco or
cardboard?
Baco? Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it's
Bob likes to say
BACO.
Baco or Baco, and I call it Baco.
Little
I see.
ribbon
It's way cool.
spooling contraption. Very simple, does the trick, just holds the spool. And then this coffee can right here, also recycled, holds all of, all the extra spools.
So does it have to be a red coffee can in order for this to work?
It has to be red and black. Just
red and black. Okay. Just for the match the ribbon. I like that. And actually that's something that I've been thinking about getting a Baco ribbon. It sounds like bacon, by the way. That's why I call it Baco. So yeah, but I'm thinking about doing that. Those are like 70 or 80 yards each roll is, if I'm not mistaken.
This one is 30.
30. Okay.
35.
Okay.
She sells this particular ribbon in 35 and 70.
Okay. Is that nylon or cotton? Or
this is nylon, but she has others. She has cotton, and I don't know if she has silk though. Maybe special order and
yeah. I've been interested in maybe trying her ribbons out, and what I was thinking I was going to do is order a ribbon from Lucas Dahl, because I think his ribbons that he sells on his website are Baco ribbons that he respools.
Yes, he respools, and that's what I have.
So that would be a good way to try out one ribbon without buying the entire bulk pack, right?
And he gives these nice little tins too. So yeah, I bought a few because I wanted to try the all cotton, and like you said, I didn't want to buy a whole reel of it.
It depends on what machine.
I like them.
Oh yeah.
It does. And I think it's the older machines that, before nylon was invented, I think those machines were intended to use cotton ribbon. And so, and it gets a much bolder imprint. And some of them are a little too much, like the elite machines, the holes are a little too small.
Right.
But for pica, the cotton ribbon bold is really nice.
Oh yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe,
and can I nylon or just right?
Oh, Joe, can I give you a recommendation?
Yes.
The problem with cotton is that it does hold a lot of ink, and getting the ink to dissipate correctly is very hard. So they do a medium ink, but it kind of turns out like a medium heavy ink. It's like when you order a steak at the restaurant. So what I've learned to do is anytime I spool up cotton ribbon, whether it be on a reel to sell or whether it be in a machine, I use one of these. And I got these at the 99-cent store. This is a foam hair roller.
Is this where you get your curls from?
I have nightmares about those things.
I know. Remember wearing those to bed? Oh,
yeah, I used to wear those. Yeah.
When you were a kid, why do we do that?
Between those and the black.
See what you started, Doug?
I know.
I need a drink.
Okay.
The cheapest 99-cent entertainment I've ever got.
So that's good. That's a good idea. So you run the ribbon through that.
Run the ribbon through, and it takes off any excess of the
and
because this is wide enough, you can kind of start here, and as you get to the end of the ribbon, end up here. So, and it's got the frame, right?
All right.
You can run it through. You can run it through one way, and then run it out the other way.
And then if you want dark streaks in your hair, you can just put it in and go to sleep. And your pillowcase will be full of ink stains,
It'll be really
Don't do that.
How much ink this synthetic material will pick up off the natural material of cotton.
Wow.
This is how I've successfully been able to use my machines that I'd like to use cotton in for a bolder print. Obviously, anything 9 CPI or larger, especially when it's older. It's very exciting how we lost silk, right? And it has to do with World War II. Nylon was accidentally invented by DuPont and they got it into tires, but they didn't see it as a ribbon. Silk, of course, we stopped the trade with Japan when we entered war with them, so nylon took over for silk, which was okay, because at the time silk in Japan they were selling it for nothing, but it took everything to get. So by the time they got their silk operation back up and running in 1950, nylon was able to replace typewriter ribbon, and had for many years. And we're talking a consumption of tens of thousands of ribbons a day, right?
So is there a lot of difference between the silk and the nylon?
I don't see much difference.
No.
The nylon does bounce a little differently if you're watching it, but I'm sorry, the silk bounces a little differently, but it
What,
really,
are we talking ribbons or something else? Because I was thinking the history of ribbons and the history of nylon stockings kind of parallels.
It's very exciting how DuPont got into nylon ribbon in that regard. I'm not sure. I would try this first if I were you.
Okay.
On the cotton, just
Yeah.
get some of the ink off. Anyways,
I might even try that include that as part of my video before I remove the cotton ribbon from the typewriter. Is I'll try running it through a sponge roller and then retesting it, and then change that out with a silk and see how that changes. So
that would be a great video.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, just hook it up to my speedy spooler. Pull it.
Exactly. I will feature your speedy spooler in the video.
Yeah, excellent.
Anyway, this is what works for me, Joe. If it works for you, cool. If not,
yeah.
If Peter's still online, this is what the ribbon from Baco looks like for the Remington 6.
Okay. Yeah, I just went and Googled them. I think they'd be the perfect place to get ribbon for my 7.
Yeah, I use this on. I have a 6.
Super wide one.
Yeah, this is the one. I use this on the Remington 6 and all my Smith Premiers.
And what's the width of that again?
1 3/8 inches.
Okay. Because I measured it in metric when I'd measured it before.
Oh. I don't know if I have a metric measurer around here.
Yeah, it's like 33 millimeters or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, thank you very much for putting me onto that.
And they come sealed, as you may or may not be able to see the little the heat seal across the end of the package, because otherwise they'll dry out really quickly. And if you're pulling one off, if you're switching it out for some reason, put it in a Ziploc bag for the same reason.
Oh, what do you have there,
Okay.
This is the biggest ribbon I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Is that an adding machine ribbon?
I have one of those.
Those are cool too.
It's off of Paymaster.
Yeah.
Ribbon Paymasters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ted, can you print us out a paycheck while you're at it right now?
That is a 4-inch wide ribbon.
I have to go. So nice talking to you guys again.
Nice talking to you again.
See ya.
I'll hopefully be on more if this becomes a regular time change. I'll hopefully be able to be on more. So.
Yeah, great.
It will
I
be
hope so, too.
recording, yes.
And sleep in an hour later.
Yes.
Thanks, you guys. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh yeah, they're
Oh, nice.
Very good.
$57.50.
I wish I could find a red, black, purple ribbon for my Smith Premier, but probably not going to happen.
We'll just have to make one.
We'll have to learn to
Well,
make
I've seen the dried red, black ones on old machines, but I've never been able to actually have a machine that had that on it.
Yeah.
I would stumble across a video on YouTube from a guy, and it's weird. It's got like weird background music, and it's really fast. But he shows how to make two color ribbons by makes this little plastic
yes, and a card, plastic
card, and then he cuts a hole like in one part of it, so that when he pours ink on it, it only goes on one half of the ribbon.
Oh wow!
Super cool. It's super cool.
It's kind of like a little mask thing.
Kind of punk rock typewriter inking, you know.
Yeah,
it's really
really bizarre, but it was an interesting.
I have to look for that.
Yeah, but it works. Yeah, it works.
Wow. Very cool. And
I
is
guess
that
he was using like gift ribbon.
Yeah,
as his,
yeah.
Medium, so he
Yeah.
just inked that.
I mean, if it's nylon or silk, it should just be the same, right? I mean, nylon is nylon and silk is silk.
Is that something you're going to try, Ted?
I have not tried it yet, but I saw that video and I was like, well, that is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, I want to thank you, Ted, also for putting me in as a typewriter hunter. I have yet to put my stuff in. No, I got to find a minute. And for accepting me.
You are definitely hunting if you've got 8 new ones.
I know, right?
Yeah, I just got to put them in, and it's just a matter of time. It's the typing samples I got to do and stuff. Yeah,
Typewriter gatherer.
Yeah, I just do a little bit at a time. Like when I first get it, I just do the one picture, and then as I work on it, then I add the type samples and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing that works for me is anytime I do a typecast, like if I do a new typecast on the blog with that typewriter, I'll make sure to throw those pictures onto the database as well, and throw the link to that blog post.
You're like the best typecaster, probably.
I link
The
back and
world.
forth.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
but that way you don't have to worry too much about taking pictures of the machine unless you're actually using it.
Exactly.
You take pictures of it anyway. So
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw it, but I finally did my first entry on the typewriter database.
I have not seen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which one is it?
How difficult
this
is it?
one.
How difficult is it to do that? Because I haven't done it either because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's easy. If you can post
it's
a
super easy.
Facebook post, if you can do like a blog, have you ever done that before? It's basically the same. It's like social media and blogging about your typewriters at the same time.
I guess the only complaint I have about
I should make a video about how to do that.
Yes, please do that. Yes.
How
that would
to
be
join
very
and be
helpful.
an awesome typewriter database member. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the only complaint I have about the process is it limits the size of the photos. So I had to go back and resize a
It
bunch.
compresses. Well, that's to save space on the servers. Otherwise, the picture.
Yeah,
gets
I understand
so
that.
huge,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just another obstacle for cataloging my collection.
Well, but you can put links. You can put links on each typewriter gallery to link to a big picture if you have like a Google photo drop or something like that too. So
Yeah, but you kind of want the
can
pictures actually on the database, though.
True.
Yeah.
But that
Well,
would
it's
be more
already
money
27
per
gigabytes, so.
Yeah. No, I completely understand. Trust me, but I completely understand. Yeah.
There's nothing's perfect.
I was, since like you were saying, since I had the typewriter out and I was taking pictures of it anyway, I figured, well, I might as well just do my typewriter database entry for it. So it worked out very nicely. So I'm basically going to do that from now on. Is whenever I take out a typewriter to do a blog post or whatever and take pictures of it, I'll just add it to the database. So
we should start. We should start an annual event here. Is the typewriter database update month. Everybody updates their collection into that typewriter database.
Yeah.
Right.
Like an anniversary.
Like an anniversary.
There you go. There you go. Very cool.
If I can convert the galleries from Latin 1 to UTF-8, then you can put up your database entry. I had to do that this weekend. So.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You foreigners and your crazy upper ASCII characters.
Oh man. So we have about 5 minutes left. So does anybody have any more typing prompts or any questions or comments or anything like that?
Well, I didn't get to show my 100-year-old parts machine.
Ooh. Let's take a look at that.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
So it's the parts one, but it was already all messed up when I got it. So she tried to sell it for $50. I said,
no.
Stuff is missing here. I mean, even the wheel is missing,
Yeah.
Like no spring, no nothing. But I mean, you got springs up, but no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got a parts machine. She's 100. Poor little thing.
Wow.
That tricked me. I thought it was a standard folding because it was all in the
Oh.
white.
It is a folder. It's a folder.
Yeah, but it's the standard folding, the very first version of that machine.
Oh,
it's called the
yeah.
standard folding, and it
Yeah,
came
I
in
hear
the
you.
white, so it didn't have a black.
Yeah, somebody. I guess they burned it off. I don't know what they. I mean,
So
it's
it's
all burnt off.
down to the metal?
Yeah, it's down to the middle.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I was
I like it.
fooled.
Matches my hair. I like
Yeah,
it.
your hair is pretty.
Thanks.
Oh, and I wanted to ask Miss Diana, did you get my letter? I think I put it in the chat.
I did.
Good. Okay. Good.
And here's yours, ready to go.
Coming in. Okay.
Is that the
Awesome.
cat chewed one?
No, it is not. The
Oh.
other one is the cat chewed one.
Okay. Maybe the cat could chew the envelope for her. Just
Oh.
so she doesn't feel left out, you know.
That could be your trademark, Diane.
You could sell pre-chewed envelopes on Etsy.
Yeah. Cat chewed envelopes.
That'll be awesome.
That's funny.
Actually,
stamped the cat
I
on
hope
her.
I didn't. Hmm?
I stamped a cat on her letter. I put a
Oh, excellent.
How cute.
Yeah, I hope I didn't get too carried away. Things have been kind of crazy around here, so.
That's okay. Shoot, I like
It's
my long
okay.
letters.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
We're just
It's
glad
good for you.
here right now.
So I'm noticing that two of us are doing
That's why
ribbons
we
right
get
now.
typewriters.
So we should have a Sunday where everybody does ribbon
Ribbon.
replacements
I
live on
know,
the air
right?
at the same time.
Yeah.
And see, this ribbon came out of this
Events, yeah.
KMM yesterday, so I'm trying to refresh it.
Ah.
Well, the
Yeah,
ribbons
like-
that
Oh, go
sorry.
ahead,
The
Oh, I
spools
was just
on my
trying to be-
Go ahead, Brenda.
I was gonna say the
I'm
spools
sorry,
on
I
that
keep
Super
interrupting.
G that I just got are very much smaller. So that's a kind of a pain, but
Yeah,
that's
those
okay.
are
I'm gonna, they're like
Skywriter
inch and a
spools.
half or something, or I don't
Mhm.
know. They're like adding machine sized to me.
They're Skywriter spools. Any Skywriter all the way back to the
Oh, is that what they have?
the 50s will have that
Okay.
kind of spool. So
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
steal them off like a 6Y Corsair or something. All those machines have the same spools.
I have two sets, so I'll be fine. I'll just get some brown ribbon, blue ribbon, and that'll just put them on, and then I'll just have them.
I need to swap ribbons from a couple of my Smith Premiers off, just so they don't dry out. When I'm not using them, that's what they're doing.
I do the same thing. I don't leave them in the machines. I take them and put them in a little Ziploc baggie.
Cut them out.
Hey, before we get off the air, I wanted to just mention, Ted, I got your package, and
Yay.
I like the box and all the little goodies inside of it, and
Mm.
and all that, and the magazines. I should show the old. There's an old Life magazine, and there's an Ebony magazine,
Wow.
which with a nice Marlboro advertisement. Look at that.
Both from
Nice.
January '66.
Oh.
Yes.
When I was born. So.
Yeah, these are actually too nice to cut up for collages. I think. I
Oh,
might
no
just
way. They're there.
No?
For cutting up.
Some of the advertisements are pretty cool though. The big old cars and all the cigarette ads and the liquor.
Wow.
You're supposed to
All the
make
stuff
art
we
out of
can't
them.
advertise, yeah.
I see something that looks very familiar.
Yeah,
I got some mail too from Ted.
that was a while ago.
I know. I finally went to my PO box.
Oh.
I had lots of mail.
Oh.
I got some really cool postcards. Some news from
You sign
Chicago.
up for the postcard exchange and then don't get your postcards.
Yeah. Well, I was waiting to go there because I signed up for the notification system, so they email you when you get something, and the notifications weren't working. So I didn't know that I had anything until I went there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have tons of mail!" So yeah, so I thought that was a great thing. But Ted, I have to say, I am not jealous of your IBM Selectric composer. I'm envious.
That is the correct word. You are right. Yeah, it's a great machine for writing on postcards with. It's
Yeah,
very
it's
handy.
pretty cool. It's so like condensed and small, but it just looks really sharp.
Okay. Very good.
When is our next postcard exchange again? Is it this coming Monday or?
It's a week from this Monday. So I'm gonna create the event later today. Yeah.
I'm ready now.
Very good, very good. It's a lot of fun. So
yeah.
And I'm so glad people are enjoying it. So.
Oh yeah, I could show off the let's see, I got my postcard from the last one.
Nice.
Mike Derling.
Nice.
Jamestown, Virginia. Yep. He wrote in cursive.
Nice.
Is 440.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah, the brother.
Good. Thanks. Glad you got it.
I got one from Eric Mondo, I think it is Mondor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even signed up. He just sent.
So how does the postcard exchange work? What are the rules?
So basically, all you have to do once I create the event, you just have to register for the event, and then Ted has one of those postcard books.
Oh yeah,
it's from Joe.
Okay.
It's the Painted Desert and Petrified Forest, and I think it's from the 40s.
Cool.
It's in beautiful condition. It was he gave me a couple of these old New Mexico and Arizona type postcard sets.
Nice.
With the rotogravure postcards inside. I was really happy about that. I don't think I'm going to be using those for the postcard exchange.
Oh.
Hang on to those for a little while longer.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So basically, you just register for the event, and then basically the day after the event, I match people up randomly, and I put out the emails. Although I might do it differently this time because the last time I think we had 23 people participating, so it took forever to send out those emails because I'm just doing it manually. So I might make a video actually where people can watch and see themselves matched up, that sort of thing. So, yeah. So I think I'll probably do it that way.
I don't watch videos.
Getting to be too popular.
Yeah, I thought about, go ahead.
Gregory, would you just put everybody's names into like a couple of fish bowls or hats or something, and then pull like one out at a time, and then we could all watch?
Yeah, well, I was going to use the wheel of names that I've used in the past for drawing the prizes. But it's a little weird that way, so I might do the names.
I think in
bowl hat.
Yeah, like in the spirit of analog things, I think you should go old school.
Type them up, slips of paper.
We need to get him a bowler hat.
Type them, of course.
No, I don't have a bowler hat. I have what is it called? I have a variety of hats. I love hats, so I have quite a collection. But I was disappointed when I discovered most hats have wool, and I don't do wool for compassionate reasons, but but I do have a large hat collection. So we can totally do that. Oh, there's one right now. Camera
View camera.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Can I borrow it for the matchup? Just mail it to me. I'll use it real quick and mail it back.
It's a bit dusty.
Okay. Maybe we'll pass then.
Louisville was dusty in 2007.
Yeah.
Here's a better hat though.
I do actually have a toque So I could use that. Oh, very good. Yeah, so be sure and check out typepals.com/events, and you can sign up for the future either of these meetings, which basically just works like a reminder, because you don't need it to come on, obviously, but you do need to use that for the postcard exchange, which we have on the third Monday of the month. So that would be this, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. So you still have plenty of time to sign up for it. So anyway, does anybody else have any last minute things they want to share?
I was just going to say, Emily T, thank you for the postcard.
Oh, awesome.
Oh.
Great.
It's great to see everyone again. And
yeah.
see forward to Joe and then the next chapter.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you. 1 year of Typewriter Club Live.
Good to see everybody again.
Yeah. What do you have there, Mike?
Oh, I've been working up with the printing press that I showed off the other week. So I've been printing envelopes and stuff. And this is,
let me zoom in on you real quick. Oh, that's so cool. It's like that old school advertising. Oh, that's very
so
cool.
awesome.
Some of these things were, antique shop. That was an antique shop find, and then I had some type, and this D that I've had for a while. I just forgot about, never used it.
That is so cool. Thanks for showing that. Yeah. And Christopher has Joe's book.
Yes, exactly. I was just going to say, everybody buy it. I don't know why I'm reversed.
Yes. I got it.
Fine. So
a couple of lovely photographs and the really fun typewriter and photography stories. So
very cool. Thanks for showing that. I do need to pick up my copy. So yeah.
It's on Blurb.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I've posted a couple of times, and apparently if you put a link in the postings, they delete them. So I'll have to go and spell things out next time I do that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
On Joe's YouTube channel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. All righty. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. And thank you again, Emily, for a wonderful, wonderful typing prompt. It was super fun.
That's a great idea.
I love hearing about all the old toys. And so thank you, everybody, for being here and being a part of this. And we'll see you next week.
See you next time.
Van Cleve.
Yes.
Be sure and submit your questions. Go to typepals.com/events and put in your question for Joe Van Cleve. And we can practice our Ted Monk waves.
Waves. Or Queen waves. I think the Queen waves like that.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It's
All right.
efficient.
Yes, it is. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.